Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome to Talking Reckless, episode 332. My name is Matt Eads, joined by Andy Captain.
Hi, Matt Eads.
Hi, Andy. Brett.
What?
Were you going to say my name is?
This is good.
Yeah, I was going to say my name is Andy Captain. And then I stopped because I was like, well, he just said it, so it'd be dumb.
Yep.
So anyways, here we are.
Flawless. It's like a smooth pavement, our banter. It's like what's something that's perfectly level. It is a
level.
Nailed it. Wow. We are so good. The endurance run is going to be the hype as shit, yo. Brandon Lynch is here.
Hi, Matt. I just witnessed a train wreck.
Was it level, though? What would you say, the train was leveled?
This is what we call putting someone over. All regulars here as well.
Second week in a row, and I can't take my eyes off this train wreck.
Oh, man. Welcome. We haven't had 4 people on a podcast in eons.
Four-man the dream.
Ages, yeah. I think we had a different name last time when we had 4 people on the podcast still. It's been a long time.
What? That's not true.
No, that's not true. But
I almost believed you. No. It's been that long.
No,
but...
beginning of lockdown, I think.
Yeah.
Check out the Patreon. Over on patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. Subs on sale until the end of the month. Matt's Anime Podcast Spectacular. MAPS. Maps. Will be starting... I'm going to change the name right now.
Okay.
Eads... Anime. It needs to be Eads.
It needs to be Eads.
Yeah, well, I've got E. I need an AD, and then the ES is excellent show. Eads Anime Discussion, and because it's an anime, you know how they're all weird titles. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 36 over.
Sure.
Eads Anime Discussion underneath excellent show.
Great.
Yeah. Nice.
I like it. Yeah.
Boom. Tune into that on the Patreon. We're watching Attack on Titan, it turns out, which I've never seen, and that'll be hitting the Patreon a little bit later. This week, probably. Control Spoilercast is up as well. Go check that out.
Meaty.
Very meaty. Yeah, 3 hours.
Thick.
A lot of video clips, too. Yeah. Fuck, that is such a good game.
What did that end up at when you put all the clips in?
We're like right around 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought we were at 3.
We were, but, I keep it tight. Sometimes...
So you cut out all our ums and blank space and put clips in there.
Sometimes we're talking and, like, clips are just appearing... Like it's a like late night television show. Clips are just showing up in the corner.
Oh, geez, do we seem confused?
No, it seems planned in a way that like we're like referencing stuff and then stuff is appearing as though we ourselves can almost see it here in the studio. It's pretty slick. You should check it out.
I should check it out.
That's on the Patreon for everybody. This is it. This is the penultimate week of video games. I mean, the penultimate period. We are right on the cusp of video games.
Yes. What's coming out in 2 weeks?
Our video
the new consoles. Well, not 2 weeks, but...
Oh, I see.
6 weeks.
Penultimate specifically means second to last.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So this would be... Yeah, because the ultimate would... Oh, yeah, I guess with the ultimate... All right, let's strike this metaphor from the... we're on the precipice of new video game consoles.
You guys get your pre-orders for PlayStation?
Yeah.
I did, but I have I have the PlayStation that I don't want.
With the
right
disc?
now, I have the disc drive one, and I want the digital one. But I'm like, with every day that passes, I'm like, my brain is convincing itself that like, one time, you're gonna need that disc drive, and you're gonna be like, fucking A, you got that disc drive.
Yeah.
And now I might just listen to that guy upstairs and not switch him out.
What is $100?
That's what I ask myself every day at the strippers.
Who cares? 100 American. It's like 150 in Canada. A lot of for just a disc drive. That's a lot of money.
Peanuts.
I wish I was as rich as Andy. Let's we'll get into a little bit of the news here because we're sort of talking about it already. The PlayStation 5 release date and prices were announced. $499 for a version with a disc. $399 for the digital version, which I want to talk about that $399 price point for a moment. Is crazy.
Yeah, that's
very good.
$100 for the
that's USD though, right?
Yeah, it came out to like I got the digital and it was like $500-ish or something, $515 or something with
mine was
everything said and done.
$625.
Yeah, man, it's a lot for
our dollar ain't no good.
No, our dollar sucks.
And that's like the $100 for just the disc drive is pretty bonkers.
Well, that was the same. Well, I mean, a disc drive might be a little bit different, but it was the same with the Xbox when it was $100 more if you wanted the version with the Kinect. And that turned out to not be worth it.
When you put it that way, I'm very happy with my decision.
Yeah, I remember, and like I remember getting that Xbox too. I got the one without the Kinect, and I was like, oh man, if I ever need it, then I'll just be able to get it added on. Like the guy at EB Games is just like, well, they're really hard to come by. And I was like, no, I'll figure it out. Not once having this Xbox for how many of the past years was there ever a moment where I was like, I need that Kinect.
What a disk drive is. You've used a disk drive in your life before. The disk drive and the Kinect aren't really.
Well, no,
it's
and that's
like,
why
well,
I
I got the
said-
PlayStation R.
That's when I said as soon as I started it. But still, like that $100 for like one add-on, like that's just. I don't know. It seems ridiculously substantial.
Part of me just
It
thinks
does.
these things are going to end up in different rooms, and then all of a sudden I'm going to come out with some fucking hot fucking Blu-ray of some new Robert Pattinson movie,
12K.
and I'm going to be like, I specifically need to watch this in this room for some
My
reason. in this
Robert
house.
Pattinson room where I view all his works.
Right. So I need to have a PlayStation 5 in the Robert Pattinson room.
The
But
Xbox,
that's why you want the
though.
disc. That's why you want the disc drive.
I don't actually want the
Yeah.
disc drive.
Oh, I was gonna
I'm
say-
just trying to convince myself that it wouldn't be the worst idea to put a disc drive in everything.
And in this world, if you're someone who's going to get both consoles and are getting the 4K of either, your Xbox will already have a disc drive. You don't have a choice with
so
the Xbox.
There you go. That's
Well, I know that. Don't look at me. I told you I don't have the one I want. I'll trade you. I'll get a digital one.
okay.
We'll swap.
Okay, but you pay
And-
for the disc one,
No,
and that's
there-
okay.
that
okay.
is illogical on my part.
Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong. I thought maybe I could slip one by you.
This more powerful box coming in at $100 less, effectively, than the Xbox is crazy in a
The
way.
Xbox
that,
was a more powerful box.
no, PlayStation once again is apparently out in front. I'm pretty confident.
I thought Xbox was.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, I heard
Double
Xbox
check.
was. I think the Xbox
I'm
was.
going to go out on a limb and say there's probably a way you can spin either answer, but
Yeah,
I mean, just like raw computing
yeah,
teraflops.
I think Xbox was the one that was ahead.
I thought there was more teraflops in an Xbox.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, I'll fact
I
check.
mean,
this.
usually
There's
you
enough
know
of
your teraflops.
I don't even know what a teraflop is,
Oh.
but I read things and repeat them.
TR something point floating point operation.
Talking reckless.
Floating limit operation.
Talking
something.
reckless operation.
PS5.
How many flops?
Specs. I'm looking here. Okay. The Xbox has a more powerful CPU. You're right. The Xbox is more flops.
Oh,
shit!
yeah,
I totally had
flops.
that backwards. Okay, so I guess that makes a lot more sense.
Brandon's got his flops.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like the box.
Basically, I mean, they're pretty much almost identical. It looks like.
So let me tell you something right now. I won't be able to tell the difference. No, the teraflops.
closer than they've ever been. The Xbox One and the PS4 have a very the Xbox One launch renders it like 900p. It doesn't even do 1080, but the PS4 does. That's cheap. $399 per box. That is fucking cheap.
Yep, that's the cheapest 4K console you can get.
Yeah, out November the 12th, and we can go through the showcase stuff after.
Sure.
But they said pre-orders are going to open the next day, and then because it restreamed, like talked over the stream, did my we all hung out and watched it, and during the stream, people were coming and being like, pre-orders are open on Best Buy. And I'm like, well, I don't. They said they were opening tomorrow. I go look on the website. And like, nah, Best Buy website's not even working. I think you're crazy. And then like 20 minutes later, someone comes like, they just went up on Walmart. And I'm like, okay, stream's over. I gotta go find one of these fucking PlayStations apparently. And it was just a mad scramble of like, no one knew when they were going up. No, it wasn't even supposed to happen.
Different retailers were doing them like at different times.
Yeah,
and London
Sony-
Drugs held the line until actual release date.
Sony was even like out there being like, pre-orders will start tomorrow. Don't worry, everyone will get a chance. As they were saying that they were already selling out other places, and like it was a real fucking.
It was apparently Amazon's link had leaked or something. So when Amazon actually put out their announcement that they were on sale, they were already sold out.
It sounds
Or
about
when
right.
Jeff Keighley put out the announcement that Jeff Keighley has been the tip of the spear on all this shit. Watching the internets for us.
Yeah.
God
Well, I
bless
think
you, Jeff.
Sony gave him all that info, but was like, in the PlayStation 5 showcase, you can't say any of it. And then it's the second the showcase was over, he's like tweeting out all the details. And you're like, why isn't the show,
Yeah,
Jeff?
this is more important than some of the stuff you put in your show.
Yeah. We might as well talk a little bit about that showcase as well. That showcase was a real banger. Fuck games, you guys. Final Fantasy 16
Yes.
debuted.
I'm trying to decide if my Final Fantasy VII Remake love will translate to any other Final Fantasy.
Not for me, it didn't.
I don't think it's going to for me either.
I saw a chocobo and was like, oh, it's a chocobo.
Yeah, that guy's so small.
Yeah, it is. It's like medieval Final Fantasy. It's as opposed to like sci-fi Final Fantasy. It looks like. I don't know.
I want to be an eco-terrorist, not
Yeah.
whatever the fuck these people are.
Here. I want to find the prettiest dress.
Yes.
They showed Spider-Man Miles Morales and revealed that game is also coming to PS4.
I really dug that trailer.
Yeah.
And it was not surprising to me. Like, it looked incredible, but it was almost exactly what I thought, where it was going to be a bunch of quick time events combined with some little combat sequences.
Yeah.
And just watching it, I was just like, oh, it looks like they are going to give me exactly what I wanted from this.
It is very much more of that first game.
Yeah.
Have you played Spider-Man, Andy?
No, sir.
Not yet.
No, I will on the 5. Though once I get her.
They showed Hogwarts Legacy, that Harry Potter game that leaked back in 2018. Maybe a bad... Apparently, J.K. Rowling just released a new book or something, which is... I mean, she's super transphobic, and the book seemed like a bad time to maybe...
They put out WB put out a release that
Hey.
was like, J.K. Rowling has very limited to do with this.
Yeah, she's
this
not involved at all.
This thing built on her entire creation.
Yeah.
Is that why? Like, I saw that headline too. It has nothing to do with this game. Is that why?
People are
Yeah,
mad at
because
J.K.
she's a
Rowling
terrible
right
bigot.
Okay.
now.
They showed a bit of the Blops Cold War campaign, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War campaign.
I want to play that campaign, but it is just getting, like, especially if they increase the price of games again, which it seems like they're going to.
Oh, are they
Yes.
I think
so. Well, Demon Souls is a $70-$90 launch, so
I'm getting that disc version, boys.
it seems like games are... Fuck, well, if Oliver's getting a disc version, maybe you and I
Maybe
should
we can
switch.
Got a disc, disc
We
drive.
can do our disc sharesies.
Yep.
They showed Village, Resident Evil.
Yes,
Great.
That kind of looks stupid in a lot of ways, but I really want to play a follow up to that Resident Evil 7 game.
Yeah, Village. The title looks so fucking stupid.
looks incredibly
VII, and then Village, and then Resident
Is that
Evil.
what that is?
Yeah.
Dear.
They ruined the name of their game to make their VII work.
I remember the first time it popped up, and I was just like, "Oh, you had the name, and then built a game around the name. You did not have a game and then named it."
100%. They showed Deathloop coming Q2 2021.
That's the one where you're like assassins,
Two assassins,
and
yeah.
then you fucking.
Yep, seems a
I remember
little like Hitman-y of like
He seems a little cooler on it than I am. I'm really into
Yeah.
how that game looks.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of a lot of Hitman, where there's like different. It made it seem like you have to take down maybe all the targets or a set amount of targets in one loop, and then they kind of went to how like you can stick a stick in the spokes of the machine, and like you can stop the scientist from
Right.
making a discovery, and then he won't go to
Right,
this
then he
party
goes somewhere
and-
else. Yeah, kind of it looked to me. I've yet to see anything that has convinced me otherwise of this, but I think it looks more linear than a Hitman. Like, it feels like it is more narrow, long levels. Everything I've seen, the guy's kind of going forward.
Yeah.
And haven't seen anything where
I think it's the
it's
full
open worldy.
I sort of got the impression it was like a full open island, and you kind of picked your targets and then
Totally could be.
made your way around. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one either. Q2 2021's a long way away. They showed a special edition for Devil May Cry 5, which looks like it runs real nice. They showed Demon Souls. It will be a launch game, and it will not be coming to PC, even though it's in on the trailer, coming to PC and other consoles later.
Some really weird things that people mess up on this stuff. Like, this has been like the third straight event of this type where they've like had title cards go up where they've been like, take that down and change this, and I was like, why don't you just have a fucking get your head guy to have a once over on this before it goes to the air?
Yeah,
I wonder,
like an editor.
maybe some of these decisions are coming in so fast and loose. Like, because the ones I'm thinking of are it was with the Xbox thing where it was like, this one's an Xbox Series X game,
Yeah.
and this one's an Xbox One game. And,
Right.
so I wonder if those decisions are just coming so fast and like last second, they're like, oh, this was going to be on PC, but not anymore, fuckers.
And how big a deal like announcement times and like the kind of the flow of promotion and everything where maybe it is coming to PC, but they're like, no, we have a day where we say it's coming to PC because we need that spike on
Yeah.
this day.
This has to be a exclusive for our PS5 launch. And
Right.
Yeah, that's could be very much how it goes. They also showed something called the PlayStation Plus Collection, which if you have a PS5 and PSN Plus, it is a kind of Game Pass it looked like a collection of the Sony first party hits,
A
God of War and
a much smaller than Game Pass, but very high quality games.
yeah, like Uncharted, Last of Us, but pretty much every first party game it looked like.
Last of Us 1.
Not
be
2.
clear. Not 2. 2 was not on the trailer.
Okay, yeah,
So-
that's well. I mean, they're probably going to sell you a PS5 version of Last of Us 2, I would guess. And that, in a nutshell, is the reveal, the showcase they had.
Look good. Got me excited.
Yeah.
I'm
and they revealed God of War at the very end.
Yes.
Just a little,
Ragnarok.
just a voice line and a symbol.
And we went back and realized that we had a God of War spoiler cast.
Yeah. The only reason
Somewhere in the pit.
The only reson I knew we did that one is because I remember the music at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Cutting that in. Yeah, God of War, dope. God of War was enough for me to be like, okay, I better get this pre-order in, I guess.
No. They knew who they were going
These
for.
things seem like they're. It feels fake. It feels artificial. These things artificially feel like they're going fast. And I bet at launch, it might not be that hard to find a PS5.
No, you might be able to walk into a game store anywhere and just fucking like the whole shelving unit behind the sales guy will just be fucking PS5s.
Yeah, and same thing with the Xbox. So like I'm a little caught up in the pre-order fervor right now, but got to kind of try all of us to pull ourselves out of that headspace.
No, make me.
All right, pre-order then.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pre-orders for Xbox open tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so 9 a.m. our time.
Is this going up tonight?
I guess they will open. They'll probably go up tomorrow. So yeah, we're a little bit late because we actually recorded on a Monday this week.
Yes.
And it was a good thing we did because holy shit, the news, gentlemen.
Yes.
My goodness.
Worked out well.
Yeah.
What's the release date for the Xbox?
November the 12th. Which one's second?
I thought it was 15th.
No, one is 10, one is 12.
I thought-
PS.
Your news story
For-
here says, November 12th for the PlayStation 5.
There you go. So PlayStation 5, November the 12th.
Trust the news.
Good.
And then Xbox is,
The 10th.
oh, shit.
Yeah.
They coming.
Yeah.
There's something really weird about how, like we complained about the price not coming out, and even the like everything felt like it was pushed so far towards release, where it was just like it never felt real because we didn't know anything about it, and then as soon as it felt real, all of a sudden it was like, geez, this is like 2 months away.
Yeah, and it like feels real in a way. Like these boxes could have released and be like, they're $700, and we all, "Pfft, okay,
Yeah.
see you in November, I guess.
Right.
But like they came out and pricing was reasonable.
Manageable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
reasonable in a way that it maybe didn't seem like it was going to be.
Especially the PlayStation.
Yeah,
PlayStation was a surprise for me.
it was like an audible gasp when
Yeah.
it's like $4.99, $3.99. I'm like, "Ooh,
What? Yeah.
that eats Microsoft's lunch so hard. $100 is a lot of money
Still $663 Canadian for the
for
$4.99
the
box.
for the disc one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. But yes, they like you
I
say,
want one.
they're coming as real. You pre-order. We get on this. What do you? Also, there's nothing to play.
Also, there's not. Yeah, looking at this list, I'm like,
There's nothing to play. I talked myself out of the Xbox one. Y'all pre-ordering Xbox?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting the Xbox. Yeah.
We don't have PCs though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
my
that's
Xbox
fair
runs
enough.
like I got a base original Xbox. Like
That
it's fucking on its last legs as it is. The time has never been better for a new Xbox.
That's my biggest thing too. Like and especially after like playing this Avengers game and stuff, I'm just like,
starts fucking
fuck
smoking
me. I
and-
just fucking. They're not making the games for the Xbox like this
Yeah.
Xbox anymore. Like they're making them for a console up. It's fucking time. I'm getting one. So yeah, I just can't stand it.
As someone with a PC, I'm gonna hold off. I think, and then when maybe something one day will come out and be like, oh, everyone's playing this on the Xbox. You got to get in. I'm like, all right, well, $35 a month is pretty.
oh yeah, they have
approachable.
that financing program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's going to be for pre-orders though, or I have no idea how any of that's going to work yet. So
I'm a big fan of just shelling out the money on the spot, being sad about all the money I spent on something, and then getting over it within an hour and just moving on with my
yeah.
life. So
It might actually be cheaper to do the financing, which is like a really weird
I
business.
thought it was
doesn't-
$20 more. I thought that was kind of the word
Well,
going around.
If you listen to the Bombcast, they claim it was $10 less, although I think that is incorrect.
I think that's I saw from a few different places that it amounted to $20 more with the
Yes.
value all in. But
With the Game Pass value as well, because you're getting Game Pass. The Game Pass was like the thing was it wasn't free, but it was severely reduced price for Game Pass. I'll have to run the numbers, but I thought it was a better deal to finance.
Yeah.
And we talked
not
about
sure.
this. I heard this, but it's at 0% financing, right?
Yeah.
why would it be a better deal to finance? I wonder.
Because they just want you in that eco for the same reason the Game Pass.
But
and,
you're
like,
but that whether you're like that's not. Why wouldn't they make it the same price to finance? That doesn't get you in the eco any better.
I don't know. Why would they give Game Pass away for $1? Like, I don't. It's the Game Pass is where they are, where that
No, I
value,
totally get
quote unquote, is being
they
made
want
up.
everyone to have an Xbox.
Yeah.
But
Because
if
you're getting.
But I just don't understand why. Like, if the financing is the value, like you can make like even if you gave it for $10 more on the financing, you should be making money.
Yeah.
I think
everyone
it's
should be
because
happy
the
with that.
subscription is ongoing.
We can figure this
Right.
out here.
Like you get them in, and then
Right, and that's not what I'm like. The plan is, we can all agree the plan is to make sure everyone has an Xbox, which is why the financing makes sense, to make sure anyone can afford an Xbox. I just don't understand what the business sense for making the financing cheaper.
yeah,
All
that
in.
sort of doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
It's very
But-
appealing if you're like,
Yeah,
wait,
it
it's
is
cheaper
appealing.
and there's
Oh,
no zero, because you're not really you're paying $700 for the box and they're giving you Game Pass for free. Like,
Is it
Game,
fucking
you
$700?
whatever it is, $35 a month times it's a 24-month term, so that's $840 for the big box. This is all in American, just to keep it easy.
Oh my gosh!
What's the price of the box? $4.99.
$4.99.
So that's $341 for a year of Game Pass. That seems expensive, doesn't it? That is
Yeah, oh, that's right.
$30 a month. Yeah, maybe I might be doing my numbers wrong, but I mean that's pretty close.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I don't understand what the business, like, I don't think the business, like, that doesn't make sense as a business case, saying, oh, because it's a great deal. It's like, yes, it's already a great deal. Like, you don't need to make it cheaper for the financing to be a great deal.
But the better the deal,
them-
the more
make them-
box deals. And there's like,
But then make the Xbox $10 cheaper.
this
like it.
well, and the
like,
thing too is, like, if you buy an Xbox, you can buy an Xbox and then never ever engage with Microsoft again.
Totally.
Theoretically, right?
Yeah.
But if on this, you have to, you are on Game Pass 100% of the time, or you don't have that Xbox.
right, and well, we still didn't.
And also,
did we
if
confirm that that's how they're doing the payments?
Yes, if you stop, I don't know how, but they repo your box. I don't know
Right.
if they have a way of like cutting you off.
But you and me
it's-
were having this conversation. Is it done through the Game Pass system payments, like our monthly payments come out already, or is this financing thing a credit card thing?
It's through retailers, apparently.
Right,
Every
which-
retailer will do its own.
Right, which is that's the part that makes me be like, is a guy from Walmart going to be asking me what my Xbox account name is, or is a guy from Xbox going to be like, give me your credit card, and I will, or a guy from Walmart going to be like, give me your credit card, and you will pay Walmart this much money. Like,
I
think
don't
that
know
makes
the
more
answer to
sense.
any of those questions.
It
All
wouldn't-
I, because I remember this discussion and I just read you the sentence off the website, was like, your account comes preloaded with a year of Game Pass or whatever it said.
Right. Like, to me, it feels like you have to pay Walmart at this point. Walmart bought the boxes from Xbox. You have to pay Walmart.
I sort of think of it like phones with the contracts and stuff. You get it at the premium, or sorry, at the adjusted price, right? The cheap phone or whatever, but you have to pay for the contract, and if
Right,
you
so you're
opt out
paying-
of it, then you will have to pay the full amount. On
You're
the
paying
phone.
Rogers, not Apple, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I think. I think
see.
our financing is going to Walmart, not to Xbox or Microsoft.
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's interesting though, because why wouldn't that be like a Walmart campaign then?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and that's the part
Yeah.
that we don't really understand.
But it's
Yeah.
not. It's a Microsoft thing. The Xbox
Right.
All
Yeah.
Access is a Microsoft program, but it is through only select individual retailers.
Right.
That being said, then I imagine it's you pay whatever to Walmart, and then you sign up for the Xbox Live. Is it still called Xbox Live?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you give them the credit card for the $1 a month or whatever, and if you renege on that, and okay, there's the rest of our $800 then.
I think the thing I'm just trying to figure out is how is fucking Johnny Walmart getting his money? Like, if I'm going to get an Xbox from Walmart, and I'm like, give me this Xbox, I'm going to be paying Microsoft. And then does Microsoft pay Walmart
You could look this up.
based on my payment?
Look up how they do it in the States. Look up how All Access works, because like this system, you could do this in the States for the Xbox One.
Right.
And it works there. These questions are all answered and figured out. They're just rolling it out to Canada and 12 of 13
Yes,
other
but I
countries
just
or
don't know
whatever.
what those
I have no
answers
idea.
are. Yeah.
I have no, because like you say, if I just stop paying, like, is Phil Spencer coming to my house and taking my Xbox
Right.
away?
Or is like Phil Spencer going to stop paying Walmart? Like, Walmart's like, we only got half our money from these guys.
Yes. Okay, I got it. Here's the full breakdown. Retail versus
Okay.
all access. You're buying a Series S. That's the little one, the $399
Yes.
box. But through all access, you save $60 total. It is cheaper through all access. For these,
What is all access? Is that the
that's the
payment
financing thing.
Okay.
Yeah, $25 a month for 24 months. The Series X, that's the big box. It's $35 a month. Is still cheaper through all access. You save $20.
Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe that was the $20 I heard.
Yeah. So it is, according to this story on cnet.com, yes, it is cheaper to
To finance.
finance. Yes.
Crazy.
Not as cheap. I actually thought it was a little, I thought the deal was a little better. I thought it was like, $150 of like free game
Why
pass,
would you
basically.
ever pay all that up front?
Yeah.
You
in a
wouldn't.
million years,
You
yeah.
wouldn't. And this is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about selling boxes. They just want you in that ecosystem paying every single month.
Right.
And it's very like
But they're going to be selling these boxes for, like, I could buy this Xbox up front.
Yep.
But, like, why would anyone ever do that in a million years, right?
If you don't want to use Game Pass, I guess would be the, if you're like,
But it's still cheaper. You're still saving money.
Yeah.
no, because that includes the year of Game Pass.
Yeah.
It is not for just the box. You'd be
Oh,
better
I
off
see.
to
Okay.
just buy the box.
Right.
You need
Okay.
the box plus the Game Pass, or 2 years of Game
But
Pass.
after that 2 years, could you just not cut off and be like,
Yeah, but
Okay, I've
then
had
you've paid more. If you didn't use the Game Pass, you might as well have saved $100 and just bought the box outright.
Right, because there's a value of the Game Pass on top of the box.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
I
figuring
think
it
it,
out.
I think it clicked for you about 5 seconds after it clicked for me.
Yeah. I see.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
It's
I still don't know who I'm paying,
It's
but
the price on
value makes more
yeah, it's the price on that, not the box. I get it.
cut this all out.
Heck of a deal,
But also, financing at 0%.
yeah,
Fucking, I can't afford. What did I just do? Like $6.99? Like I would finance a fucking PlayStation
Yeah.
for 0%.
They won't
that's
let you.
really what Xbox wants you to say and think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because these PlayStation cats who are like, oh, we're up here, look, we got our God of Wars that
Yeah.
were right, our Last of Us's.
Get a second
Fuck,
job for
they
this
got a good
PlayStation.
point.
People who want this will get a second job for it.
I'm out
You
here
can be a
sell-
normal person and
I'm
get
out
one
here selling
Xbox or
illegal
one
tires.
system.
Yeah.
But that's not
we
weed.
might as well. We might as well just next gen talk.
Let's do it.
Might as well just have
Hit it
her.
all out of the park right
Let's
now.
do it, Andy. What you're getting an Xbox next gen?
Well, I want both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
but I'm probably starting with Xbox just because that's what I play games on with my friends.
That's where
and
the
I can-
fellers are.
I can probably wait a little bit for the exclusives on PlayStation, and yeah, that's my reasoning. But
very-
I mean, I want the PlayStation more.
There's nothing to, like you say. There's nothing to play.
What if I?
But I want to play all the PlayStation 4 games though,
Think about
because I
that-
didn't
think about
have a
this.
PlayStation 4.
we're gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
Are we gonna say the same?
I don't know.
When I get a PlayStation 5,
Yeah, we were gonna say the same thing.
you can just fucking take my PlayStation.
I was
4.
thinking about. I don't know how
don't
the
wanna-
account thing is gonna work because I was thinking that I'm like,
Maybe
oh
you
shit,
can make
I'll
a new
have
account.
I was
I
like,
can
I'll
make
have
a
a
new account,
PlayStation. Yeah, but I don't know
I'm
if that
pretty sure I
works
have an
because like all the
account.
digital.
Warren plays my. Well, no, I'm not saying he can like play the games that I play. I'm saying
Oh,
he can go
just
play all those
have the-
PlayStation
I
4
see.
games he
Yeah.
wants to play.
I see.
On my PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have an abundance of PS4s, it seems soon. They tried $100 value, $150 in Canada value for trading on that PS4 in a way that I've
is
never in
not-
my life traded
yeah.
in a console. I was like, fuck, I'm never going to use this, and that's quite a bit
I guess
of
if you
money.
are keeping yours, you should probably give yours to Andy and I should give mine to Warren.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We can trade all the PlayStations around and stuff.
See, I traded in my DS for my 3DS or 3DS XL.
Yeah.
It was a great deal. Yeah, there's good deals on some of that stuff sometimes.
Any like the financing thing doesn't kind of maybe we'll try to buy a PlayStation and finance a box or something.
I hate financing though. I hate
Well, 0%.
usually-
I still hate it though. I hate having to pay
Oh, yeah.
money every month to somebody.
But it just
I
goes
hate 'cause that's
automatic.
yeah, but that's everything these days.
it
It's
is
just
true.
it's piling
True.
on.
It's
Everything
true.
wants me doing
Yeah.
monthly
Yeah.
payments. Next thing you know, it's $500 a month for all my fucking bullshit that I
'cause
have
it's
piled
working.
on. Yeah,
Well, yeah, and it's a better deal for you because you can make interest on the $550 you didn't spend that's just sit in your bank account versus.
sure. Because I'm not just going to take that and spend it on some other bullshit.
But you can.
But you can't. That's the point. You can spend it on other bullshit.
That's the thing about financing is if they're not charging you interest, then you may as well just finance.
Yes, that's why financing
I know.
interest is why financing
again,
is a
like,
bad
I know,
deal.
but
Yeah.
I get that. I totally do. But there's something I like about just getting something and then just having it, and
Yeah,
every
I'm
single
there with-
month
'cause
not
then-
getting money
Yeah.
pulled out of my account. Because even
Like
it
if
just-
you can afford
Yeah.
it and you just like rip the Band-Aid off and then you're just like done. Don't
Yeah.
need to ever
Yeah.
even if it's
done.
more money, even if it's an
it's
extra.
$20 more.
American
'Cause then,
dollars.
like-
I don't give a fuck about that money.
In like 2
$22.50.
years minus a month, you'd be like, oh fuck, I'm finally gonna be paying off my fucking Xbox
Yeah.
next month.
Yeah.
Paying off my Xbox
It's
next
just-
month.
it's
like that is an asinine fucking statement.
no, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I can't believe I got this thing for $35 a month and bought a PlayStation.
I can,
That's
I can totally
crazy.
see both sides of the argument.
I don't think that way. It's for me, it would be almost worth it more to pay that $30 extra so that I don't have to worry about doing the payments every single month, as opposed to doing payments on it for 2 years. Because I'm thinking about all those payments.
Both ways.
We
but,
could-
but then,
if
but
we
then
could-
you're
it bothers
also,
me
but
too
then you're
much.
also paying your monthly Game Pass on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, how much is that even with Xbox Live? What is that?
$14, 15 bucks, 14
whatever,
or 15,
whatever.
whatever it is
a
now.
month times 2 years. But okay, I've a pitch for you then, because you hate financing. What if you can pay me a lump sum? I'm sure I can work this out where I can finance the box, and you can just pay me a lump sum, and then I'll pay the financing, and I'll
you'll
take
end
that
up-
extra $20 extra. Or whatever, I'll take the extra, and then I'll do the financing for it. This is me counting bills
Yeah,
down.
he's got his little green visor on.
Eads, if you wanted to do that, absolutely.
In 2 years minus a month,
Seriously.
he's gonna be like, Jack, we're finally gonna get our $20.
We made
Jack
it,
the
Jack.
cat, by the
Yeah.
way.
our tune into Tron here about Jack, our Ponzi scheme of Xboxes. I have 500 different Xboxes that I'm
Yeah,
sub-financing.
just a list of 500 names behind you in a pyramid.
Matt Jack right at the top.
Brando, you're in for
Yes.
both, obviously.
I'm in for both.
We're a bit of a special. We can always, anyone on this podcast, you're like, you do talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's easy.
I save up for these when the noise starts.
Yeah.
And I'm
Good for you.
I'm ready for. I like honestly, I came in here today being like, I'd probably just do what Andy's saying and just rip the Band-Aid off and buy the whole thing.
Get her done.
That's
But-
that's another thing too. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But like, if you do save up the cash for this,
Right.
that is absolutely a smart move too, as opposed to paying with a credit card. Mm-hmm. Right? Because then that's
I'm going to go ahead and economically, the opposite of what Oliver said, because again, go put that $500 into an investment somewhere, and by the end of it, it's $600, and you've made. But anyways,
yeah. I mean, that's also the smart move too. But again, having the cash to pay it all versus, oh yeah, this is coming out on the 12th, I'll just charge it to my credit card. Then you may as well just be financing it for
probably also
fucking-
get points on the credit card. Probably save a little bit there too.
if that's a thing.
If I couldn't afford it, then yes, I would finance it. If I needed it that badly and I didn't have the money, I would absolutely do that and not put it on my
yeah.
credit card. Because, why the fuck would I do that? But if I got the money, I just fucking get it.
What about you, Oj? PlayStation?
PlayStation eventually.
Eventually.
And one of my biggest questions going into this show was like, what games are there? And I look at the games and I'm like,
Launch lineup? So glad you asked, Oliver. PS4 launch lineup. Microsoft's is up as well, the Xbox one, which it is bad. We don't need to read the Xbox launch lineup. Astro's Playroom.
that's that fucking
I
little
think
robot.
that comes with it,
Wait for applause.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes pre-installed.
It's a little robot, right?
Little robot from the.
He's your
He
friend.
lived in the PlayStation controller. I think.
There's never been a bad game that came with a console.
Never?
Nope, never. The bar is low because it came with a console.
Yeah, like
And your attitude is
pre-installed
very,
on a console.
You're very euphoric because you have the console. I don't think I've ever had one of those free games where I haven't put it down and be like, oh, it's neat.
I got.
I'll never play that again.
So just games that shipped with the console, or like games made.
Like a pack-in?
Gotta be a packing.
Because I got like the Clone Wars.
Oh,
game,
sorry, no, because there's
But it was just a game that existed elsewhere.
Also, like, there's
there are like the
bundles.
pack-ins where they're like, oh, you could buy it with Last of Us, or you could buy it with this. I'm talking about like that pre-installed stuff that comes with. Comes
that
with
probably
the
doesn't. I don't even know how many consoles there would be. This
Snake.
last generation of consoles.
Snake on your Nokia. That counts.
Good call.
Sackboy Big Adventure.
It's a flip phone.
The Nokia. All right, it's got a full keyboard. Mm-hmm. The Nokia. Oh, I'm thinking of the
TI.
Xperia.
You gotta use TI on my Nokia with Snake. Means you gotta
To
hit.
move around.
You
Keyboard.
gotta hit 2-3 times to get a C.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? Oh no, no
Full
keyboard. Sackboy Big Adventure. That's the Little Big Planet platformer. Fortnite.
Huh?
You got Fortnite, you guys?
All of it's
Shocking.
Fortnite guy.
Destruction All Stars, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, Godfall, Cyberpunk. Some of these also will be available elsewhere, other gens, and then some third-party stuff: Avengers, Assassin's Creed, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But that'll be available
And-
everywhere.
Like specifically Cyberpunk and Miles Morales not being the only two, but two that I pick off that list that are also out on the PlayStation 4 if you just want to wait and play these games on a PlayStation 4.
All that third-party stuff as well. Assassin's Creed will come to play at PS4 and all that nonsense.
If you're looking for stuff that is exclusively on the PS5, there's not a bunch at launch.
Demon's Souls.
Yes.
Sackboy.
I don't even know if Sackboy.
Demon's Souls looks good. Demon's Souls, I guess, looks good enough for me.
That's
to
the
buy
original
PS5.
Demon's
Yeah,
Souls?
it's like it looks like a complete rework.
Nice.
Unlike that Prince of Persia remake, this Demon's Souls remake looks fucking rad.
Andy, thought on Demon's Souls.
Thought on Demon's Souls, Andrew.
I couldn't even picture what that game looks like in my head.
Have you seen Dark Souls?
Oh yeah, is it like basically the same thing?
Yep. Before the Dark Souls series, they made Demon's Souls.
Would it be something I'd want to play?
Do you like Dark Souls? It's just Dark Souls.
I've watched Dark Souls and I've thought to myself, I never want to play that game.
Probably
but
not,
you've said
then.
I should play it because it's hard.
It is very hard. Well,
I just don't
it's
like-
not very hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I just don't like the world. I don't care about that type of world.
Yeah, it takes.
There
it takes
exists
little bit
a
to-
line that I've watched form between you two that I'm waiting for it to snap, which is the Matt thinking Andy likes all hard games and me knowing that Andy doesn't like all hard games.
No, I know he
likes
doesn't
very
like all
specific
hard. I
games.
know that. I know that. I
What happens when that line snaps?
God help us.
One of them will die.
You ever
I don't know
see?
which one.
Yeah.
You ever see like the jet comes to land on the ship and the tow cable breaks and like cuts the dude in half? It's gonna be just like that.
yeah.
It's gonna cut all of us in half.
Bertle's gonna be the one that gets cut.
Yeah, and Oliver.
threat.
Fucking Oliver's jacked as shit. No toe
Just the
cables
two
going
of
through
us.
that guy.
Stop it, I'm not
Jacked as
jacked.
shit.
Toe cable. I was stand behind Oliver and the toe cable wrap around him.
Yeah. He'll just flex.
Sun's
Snap
out,
it.
guns out down here.
That's funny. Yeah, like I don't know. I want it, obviously.
Yeah,
It looks like a spaceship.
it's a new toy.
Cyberpunk.
I think it looks like
that game
a
looks
fucking
fucking
looks
awesome.
so stupid.
Lady parts.
You think so?
I think it looks,
Oh my god! You see it?
I think it
li-
looks sexualized.
Did you see the photo of it sitting on its side?
With the back? Do you see how thick the back
what
is?
A dumb console design.
that
Sorry, I
thing
feel
is-
like I've been really negative.
I feel like
tonight,
it
but-
belongs
I think it's
in
very
the
thick.
center of like a really cool sci-fi town. Like it's the
Yeah.
tower where the final boss lives at the top floor.
Yeah, it looks like a postmodern building.
Yeah.
It's just it looks. I hate
It
the
looks-
design of that thing. I hate it. I've
Listen,
never hated
I'm-
console design. I hate the design of that thing. I truly do.
That might be the first thing I've ever heard you say you hate in general.
That's not true.
It's
Are you
tough
being
to compare
sarcastic?
it. It's tough to compare it against a truly flawless design like the Xbox Series X,
Here.
which is just a fucking slab.
Black Tower.
See, I like that. Like, I already picture where I can put it, and like if I need it sideways, it just look. It's just, it's.
You need it sideways. You gotta get the dolly out of the storage room and like,
you gotta-
lean it down. It's
gotta-
like the neighbor's gotta come over and help you tip
Yeah,
it down.
You gotta let it down slowly. You might need a jack or
Break through the
something.
floor.
But yeah, but I like that. I'm fine with that. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
I
It's
think they
good.
both
Yeah.
look cool.
I'm into both of them. Yeah.
I really don't like the PlayStation.
I kind of don't like the white.
They'll have other colors
Spray paint it whatever
probably.
you want.
I don't like that it's matte. Not matte. I don't like that it's shiny. It's gonna look
Yeah.
gross
I
after you
like
use it.
Matt as
Yeah.
my host Matt.
Thank you.
I like matte finishes just way better in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
So they don't get greasy.
since the PlayStation 2, I have not had a PlayStation with a matte finish, and I keep being like, why don't you fucking go back to the matte?
It was PS3, the later PS3s.
Mine didn't.
Eventually, yeah, mine didn't.
I had
have
the
that.
first gen one, the big fucking round topped.
backwards compatible.
Do the backwards compat.
And that, in a nutshell, is some loose next gen talk. We'll maybe. How long have we been going? Not that long. We don't need a break just yet. Unless does anyone need a break?
Oh.
Yeah, I can just dip out if it.
Let's take a break.
Sorry.
We'll be back here to talk about what we've been playing. A little more news on the other side of this musical break. Back here to talk about how about the games we've been playing. We'll get back into news. We're a little
Let's
all
do
over
it.
the place. Andrew Captain, what you been up to this since we seen you last?
Well, there's a few here that cross over.
Sitting up very straight, yes.
I'll focus on a couple of. I'll do mine that is my own, and then some of these other ones we can talk about when you guys kind of dive into it too. But I did get Mario 3D All Stars last week.
Oh, shit.
So I've been playing quite a bit of that.
Apparently, that was another one that was hard to. Did you have any trouble finding it? Did you buy it digitally?
Well, I opened up the Nintendo shop.
No problem.
They
Alright.
had 2 copies left digitally, and I was able to snag one of them, which
Nice.
is good.
And I mean, it's only available till March 31st or whatever. So
Well,
it's
they're
a good
all
thing.
fucking gone now. I got the last 2, so
Well,
it's good. Yeah, bought them both.
Resold the other
Just a
one.
big old fuck you to everybody else.
Yeah.
Made $150 off of that second one I bought.
Should have used it for a digital coaster, for a digital beer.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of which, crack this son of a bitch. Yeah, so I've been playing quite a bit of that. Fucking just burned through Mario 64. Holy
Yeah.
crap! I
It's a
never knew
short
I could
game, it
play.
turns out.
Yeah, I never knew I could play that, game as fast as I did.
That game's not hard. It turns out when you go back to it and you're not a kid and you're an adult and know how to play video games, it's not a hard video game.
That being said, there are some parts in it that I was like, there's some shit here that's quite difficult. I also, as Brittle will probably pipe in here in a matter of seconds, suck at video games. So, yeah.
Beat me to it.
Is it difficult because it's actually difficult by design, or is it difficult because it's like designed super shitty?
So it started off. I'm going to get to quips like that about that game. People
I also
saying
have a
it's
question.
designed shitty.
I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
4x3 or is it 16 by 9? Is it
No,
like
it's
filled
4
full
by
screen?
3.
They didn't even. They didn't even.
Nope.
Widen
They
it.
just-
Wow.
The
they-
fuck did they? What
Wow.
the fuck are they doing?
So they literally.
fucking saw you coming.
Yeah.
A mile away.
Oh yeah,
Look at this
no.
rube.
Absolutely,
Damn,
absolutely.
dude, that's like shocking to me.
Yeah.
Take the sides of the game off and give it to him.
Anyways, despite everybody
Save
being
money.
despite everybody being really mean about it, I have no regrets about purchasing it. Like even just playing through Mario 64.
Good.
I
Tell me about because you kind of run into a wall when you were a kid, as I think a lot of people did with Mario 64, and then just fucking cruised by the wall this time.
Oh yeah, no, it was substantial, and kind of as back to kind of what Oliver said about whether or not the game's hard because of its design or the actual levels. It started off a little bit like design-wise because yes, games definitely flow and run a lot better in this day and age than back then. One of the biggest things I had problems with was Mario doesn't exactly turn on a dime. Like he can't like just flip around.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. Like you have to kind of like run a circle sometimes.
Yeah.
So there'll
Which
be a time.
I thought was fucking cool.
Yeah, there like exists like this fucking precision spot on the stick that if you nail it,
Yeah.
you'll like skid.
And then you can jump
go
out
the
of
other
it.
way.
There's a high jump out of
there's like
that.
a cartwheel jump out of
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's fucking like it's narrow, and if you're a little bit off, he's like, "We'll take the big fucking wide turn." And
See, that wasn't even, and that in that like setting, that wasn't an issue for me. Like doing those side cartwheels, I actually didn't have a huge problem with them.
Well, you're
The
very good
issue
at
I
video
had was
games.
when I was like close to an edge or something, and I needed to hightail her directly in the other direction. I would try to do that, and then he would do like that circle run and then run off the fucking edge, and I'm like, well, okay.
tell me about the cameras.
So that was an
Tell
issue
me
to start
about
with. but-
mapping C buttons to a right stick.
Yeah.
well, I mean, the cameras aren't the greatest either, and they, took some getting used to as well.
it's the same
Lakitu
same
just
camera, right?
moving
Exactly
around.
the same.
Yeah, the camera worked exactly the same. It clicky, Lakitu's behind you and doing his thing. Yeah, it was that, and then it fucking makes that sound when you can't turn it into a certain direction. Yep, you got to bang on. So that was really annoying to get used to as well too. But I mean, overall, kind of once you got used to those quirks, I wasn't bothered by it at all. Like
Yeah.
It's still a very good game.
it is a very good video game.
I
And-
truly think it's a timeless video game.
Oh, and I came out of that, and one of my first thoughts was this runs and plays better, despite those quirks, than a lot of new video games I played recently.
I
That
should
game,
fucking hope so.
That game plays substantially better than.
It's
N64
literally
game.
the version for like if it doesn't run well, fucking what are we even doing?
No, but like it plays well though. Not necessarily even the run well. It just plays well. It feels really good. Like there's a reason why Mario's still around.
You've spent too
Fucking-
long in Avengers. You've forgotten what it's like.
Well, that's what I mean. But even too, like even Jedi Fallen Order and stuff, like
Yeah.
it's 64, and even if you compare it to other 64 games, like I was thinking how I tried to make an attempt to play Donkey Kong 64, and that was a fucking nightmare to try to play that game.
I can play
It's
it.
kind of a bad game.
Yeah, but
Not Donkey Kong 64, not timeless in the way that Mario 64
But
truly
even
timeless.
too, like I remember in that game, like it was hard to like run across narrow walkways and stuff, and I thought I was gonna have that issue with 64. And
right.
when you got used to it, I didn't. Like it was
Yeah.
fine.
In Donkey Kong, you'll be like there'll be a little like a platform you have to go across, and the camera will just
Turn on.
decide halfway
I
through to fucking
fucking hate
veer to the
that.
left.
Yeah, and that does happen a little bit in 64 as well, but not to the point where it was costing me like lives and stuff. Like it was. And just, man, like once I started getting rolling with that thing, and part of the reason why I blasted through it so quick, like Mario moves great. Like it's
yeah?
either genius for creating them the way he did. Like the side jumps, like I'll be doing like the clock tower. I'm fucking jumping up the platforms, and then I'm doing the side break, and then doing the side spin, and then I'm ducking down. I'm doing the backflip. I'm letting him do his little celly after the backflip, and then I'm doing a long jump. Like it feels so good.
You should. I know we had this conversation off air, but you should watch. It's very fast. You should watch the speed run of that basement Bowser level. If you think the movement in that game is incredible and tight, which it is, when Mario 64 is like pushed to the extremes, it is amazing. It is like they might touch the ground once in that entire fucking last level. It is crazy the tricks you can do.
Did you see the video of the guy playing it with the drums?
Mario 64?
Yeah, that was pretty
Had all the
good.
buttons mapped to drums.
I
and-
saw a good guy getting like kill streaks in Call of Duty with drums.
That's fucked.
Yeah. There's kind of, I think that stuff's cool and I see it, but also too, and this is, no offense to people who have the skills to do this stuff. There's so fucking much of that shit that I just am like, eh. Like, it's cool, but at the same point, I'm like, okay, that was great for 30 seconds. Awesome.
That's all the speedrun is, probably about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck.
I'll watch that. I've also never been super into speedruns, but you seem to be pushing this hard, so maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah,
but-
you know. It's
Are you
each
trying
their
to sell these speedruns?
own. Yeah, you want to buy a speed run?
Buy some
Finance the
speedruns.
whole speed run and then
So, anyways, that's,
you got all 120? You got all the
No, I beat the final Bowser by doing none of the top level. I
so
only did
long.
the clock.
No, bye King Bowser.
Yeah, it's by King Bowser, not.
Just so you know, you still paid for that top level.
Yeah, I know he did. Yeah,
You paid for Bye King Bowser. Not only is this just that version, they ruined it. This is the version of Mario. Where's Gay Bowser?
you can't do that. Not in 2020. It's not.
He also didn't actually. No one knows what he said, but I'm sure he wasn't saying "so long, Gay Bowser."
Oh,
But
you listen
in
to
our
that. You
hearts-
listen to that uncompressed audio clip, and it super sounds like
It's tough to deny.
Yeah,
In
like,
our-
as a man who didn't even have it in his head that's what they like.
Why can't we have Gay Bowser in our video games? Why we gotta have heterosexual Bowser?
Because you can't call if even if Bowser was gay, you can't have Mario being so long Gay Bowser. You
Maybe
can't
that's how he identified. Maybe he was King Bowser of the past. I am Gay Bowser now.
No, I don't like it.
Well,
Can't-
then
maybe
they
it's
should have
French.
put, they should have put that in the opening cutscene.
Maybe it's pronounced Guy Bowser.
maybe.
Maybe that's his first name.
Well, then he's
maybe.
pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm
Mario's
firmly,
Italian accent.
I'm firmly in camp Warren Barris, who says he's saying "Solongi"
Yeah.
because he's fucking Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also.
So long, you Bowser.
That's always what I thought
That
it
makes
was.
fucking a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long, you Bowser. Yeah, that's what I always thought it was.
I mean, obviously yes, but isn't it more fun to believe in Gay Bowser?
I mean, we can only say obviously yes for so long before the voice actor himself says I was saying King Bowser.
What does Charles know? Charles, he won't even respond to Warren and my tweets. He won't even settle it once and for all. So what does he know?
He was probably fucking hammered in that VO booth.
Yeah.
Just lets her rip.
So what is the next step? Is it Sunshine or is it cleaning up 64?
No, I started Sunshine next. So and
There's a lot of good
Yoshi's
levels
still-
in the
Yoshi's
top
still up
there.
on that
Yeah,
roof.
you got the clock one. Remember that
Well-
clock one? You like going at different times.
Well,
on
yeah, I
on
went into the
thing?
clock one, and the fucking clock one's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it's
The
really hard.
The water one on the third floor is my least favorite. No, that's on the second floor. Water one on the second floor is my least favorite.
Is that the?
It's got the little. It's got the flipper guys.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Send you flying through the air. And it's got the
Lapras.
little water spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, the duck looking thing.
Yeah, I avoided that one. No, I'll probably go back and play it. Honestly, for that collection, for as excited I was to play 64, and one of the things I wanted to say about it as well too was I kind of thought maybe this was going to be like a bit of just a nostalgia thing where I hopped into it and I poked around for a bit and I was like, oh, that was cool, and then was done with it. But I fucking I sat down and I was playing that game, I was into it, so I was very happy with that. But 64 wasn't the main reason. Sunshine and Galaxy are where my nostalgia is, so I was really excited to fire up Sunshine, and yeah, I did that for a couple hours today before I came to the podcast. And yeah, I'm liking that as well too. Off to a good
As
start.
someone who is not going to get that collection, if I did get that collection, Sunshine might actually be the thing I'm the most excited to play. Not because I think it's the best game by a mile, but because it is easily the game that I have not revisited in the longest.
Yeah. I only played Galaxy through once, and I remember Galaxy being phenomenal.
Yes, it was very good.
Yep, I'm Jack for Galaxy.
And 64, I feel like I've played. It's one of those games that I feel like I've beaten in some way 50 times in
Yeah.
my life.
It's so good, man.
so good.
Everything, even it's all coming with the noise the fucking the bomb makes when he grabs you. Oh,
Yeah,
Some stuff in that game looks fucking dumb. There was
don't you even how?
stop that.
the Goombas kind of look good. It's limited, but and it's part of its charm. The Goombas kind of bothered me for a little bit. I was like, oh, that's what you used to look like.
How's the fog? Can you see King Mom's Mountain from where you start?
Oh, I can't even remember. It wasn't it never was a problem.
Was Mario 64? I know everything on the N64 was, but
Yeah.
was Mario specifically?
Right, I can't
No,
remember.
it's a lot sharper now. It was. I never.
I think I remember.
I can't
running
believe it's
okay.
fucking 4x3. That blows me away.
That's the part that I can't get past either.
Yeah, that was shocking.
It almost seems harder in a way to keep it 4x3 on modern everything.
Yeah.
Because the fucking Switch is not 4x3. No one is ever going to play that on a 4x3 screen ever again, ever.
Despite it being like that, though, it never bothered me. I never even noticed.
You just kind of get used to it, but that just blows my mind.
Did they tout it as a remaster? Or?
Nope.
So fucking
the
that's
rumors
what it is.
the rumors were remasters, so everybody thought that's what we were getting, and I mean that's usually what
I
Nintendo
was
does.
even
So.
just looking for like an HD port or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of what I'm like. Oh yeah, they'll probably like up-res it, and that'll look real nice.
Oh, it looks better.
4K.
It definitely looks better, but
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah, whatever. I don't care. I know there's a lot of people that hated that, and I did it right off the bat too, but I've been enjoying it, and now that I've hopped into Sunshine. Yeah, I'm having fun. Feels good. It's
Sunshine 4x2. Sunshine would be 4x3 also, right? That was
GameCube.
yeah,
that was pre HD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4x3. I can't.
Damn.
I can't even tell you because I don't even notice. So
Yeah,
I
shit.
can't even remember. But no, it's been good. It's fun.
That's cool. You're
But
gonna get,
Sunshine's going back into Sunshine. Man, did they ever fucking take a turn though with what they were planning on doing with Mario
Oh, yeah.
though? Like it's weird, like just having like the Toads talk and stuff, and having some sort of a narrative, and Mario's in court at the beginning of that
I
game.
remember that vividly.
And it's fucking weird. I was like, this is
He should be like,
man.
Mario, when he gets thrown in jail.
Yeah, like
what
it's-
does he go to? Why does he?
They
What are the
think
charges?
he's fucking graffitiing the town.
Oh,
That's
they think
Shadow
he's
Mario or
I
Dark
see,
Mario or whatever it is.
Shadow Mario sucks.
Yeah,
Mario
so
is
they
impressive.
slap him with the charge
Wario.
of having him clean up the island. That's how it starts.
Oh.
So, but he stays in jail overnight. It's just him and Flood sitting in jail. Flood's trying to talk to
Right.
Mario, keep him off the edge, be like, all right, we're going to get to work tomorrow. We're going to clean this shit up. Don't worry
Mario's
about it, brother.
fastening a noose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is Mario getting the chair out of the corner and like,
Yeah. No, Mario's a strong-headed guy. He would.
so long, ye flood.
Yeah.
When does that 3D World remake come out? That's not for a while, right? 3D
That's in February. And that's not even a remake. That's probably like
or
a direct port.
Switch for
Well, it's got like
the
a
Bowser's.
new, yeah, it's got a
has-
new thing
yeah,
attached to it. at
Bowser's
least.
Fury is on it, so I will also get that game too because I would play that game again. That game's
Mario
fucking
3D World
phenomenal.
is fucking really good.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Marios.
And that's also a great one too because if you are looking for a Mario game that has a challenge to it, some of those like end game levels,
Oh, yeah.
holy fuck, were they hard?
I feel like that's around where they found it, where
was-
it was like,
that was the
okay,
one
the
where you
point
had to,
seems
like-
to be to let a literal baby child beat this game,
Yeah.
but also put in like the additional stuff if you want to try and get all the shines or stars or whatever they are, make some of them like insanely hard.
Yeah, because every level had like a bunch of 3-coin challenges and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
even
remember that.
even in 3D World, I found later game there was a bit of a challenge to it. Like that game, they made Odyssey seemed like they
Literal baby children.
yeah. Brando's really mean, and it always hurts my
Some
feelings.
parts of Odyssey are hard.
Well, no. What I was going to say was Odyssey. Like comparing both those games, it seemed like Odyssey was created around the worlds themselves. It was around kind of the beauty of it, whereas 3D World was very focused on the actual platforming. Like they made a platforming game.
Yeah.
They went back to the Mario 64 roots, and they were like, we're just going to make a good platformer. And there was no they had some pretty beautiful worlds in that as well too. But everything was kind of in the sky, and
Yeah, you almost felt like you were in this like floating world with like a background kind of in the back where
Yeah.
it wasn't like this wide open space. It was like this very precision. Even when you're just walking forward, it's like a tiny little platform that you're usually dealing with.
Yeah, and it was the start of the level and the end of the level, and that was each level was a level. So yeah, I'm really excited for that game to come out and
I'll probably play
get
that
on
one,
Switch.
too.
Yeah.
I definitely will again.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing, Andy?
Well, we can get into some of these other ones that
Yeah.
kind of cross over.
I want to have our Avengers talk.
Let's have our
Yeah,
Avengers
let's dive
talk.
into the Avengers
Tell me about
talk.
Avengers, you guys.
Yeah,
Patch 1.3 came out and
Yes.
fixed literally over 1,000 issues.
yeah. Brando and I finally could finish that game, so that was cool.
Yeah, so we ran into, going back to the start, we kind of had this agreement between the four of us that play, Eads, Warren, myself, and Andy, that we were going to kind of finish the campaign and then we'd kind of get together and play because it seemed like we were running into a lot of fucking dumb walls where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy doesn't have this character yet and
You
everything.
can't really, like, you and a friend can't just play through that campaign. 'cause
Right.
sometimes it's one player, and sometimes it's 4 players,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's 2 players.
And you'll be doing something with 4 people, and then it'll be like, oh, the next thing this guy's got to do alone just boots everyone out. So
Yeah.
we're like, let's just get it done. It's not a long campaign; it's a good length, but we're like, let's just get it done. And then what they touted as a quote very rare bug that will stop your progress happened to both me and Andy.
50% of the people in our group. And, like, anecdotally online, it was not a very rare bug at all.
Yeah, which was literally there was nothing we could do. It was a situation where we were trying to talk to an NPC, and the NPC did not have a prompt to talk to him. And so we just waited and waited and waited. Probably 2 weeks?
I think it was
maybe?
two.
Maybe
It
a
was
week and a half?
a week and a half. it
Well,
feels
the
like.
patch just came out this week.
I feel like
or
what-
last week.
But I can't remember when we stopped.
I think that, from game launch,
Yeah.
probably 2 weeks.
Probably
from when
right.
we ran into the issue, probably about a week and a half.
Sure.
From the law.
But somewhere in there. So they finally patched it this past week, and we finished it, and now we can play together. But that game still it feels like it's just barely hanging on,
Yeah,
falling apart at the seams.
I crashed twice yesterday.
crashed
Andy
twice, I
crashed
crashed
one. Everybody
once.
crashed once. Like it.
We ended our play session in a situation where a guy we needed to kill just wouldn't spawn, or
Yeah.
there was a hidden enemy that we needed to kill to get something to trigger.
It's still
and it
really,
wouldn't
really,
spawn.
really, really fucked up somehow.
Right.
And like, ugh.
Because it wasn't built for these consoles. It was built for the next generation.
even on PC, it ain't working well. Even on PC, enemies are in the floor. Apparently, the crashing on PC is way worse than on consoles somehow.
Fuck's sakes.
But yeah, this game needed like another 6 months to
Yeah, a lot.
bake.
But on the positive side, boy, when the things are working, do I ever have fun playing that game with friends.
Yeah,
Where I'm Iron Man,
I'm Thor.
Thor, Andy is Captain America, our fearless leader, and Warren is the Hulk.
Yeah, it's really great. I always love it when Warren and you guys are like, "Oh, let's go get this chest over here, fellas," and then you're all over there fighting. And then you're like, "Where's Cap?" And I'm just fucking hoofing it, trying to get over there.
I've looked. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of ways for him to get on fast.
Fucking like Warren can jump as Hulk, and he makes it like 50 yards each
rest of us
jump,
can
and
just
you guys
fly.
can fly, and I'm just fucking double jumping,
Steve Rogers has to
see-
flag down a taxi.
So
just fucking running.
when I'm flying around, I can see like very clear wall run paths that you should be able to use to go way faster.
Right, but I need to
But-
learn those paths.
Right, and it also needs to be exactly a path from exactly where we are to where we're going.
Yeah.
Where I never like notice them until I'm like flying by. I'm like, oh, there's a little like if Andy could get in that fucking trench of trees and walls, he could probably keep up with us. But me and Eads are fucking Thorn and Iron Man zipping around, and I'm going back to like laugh at Andy and sort of spinning around in circles a couple times and then flying off again.
Should be able to, as Thor, I should be able to like other people should be able to grab the hammer. I should be able to throw the hammer past Andy, and he should be able to press a button and like whoosh, he can grab on and go for a ride.
Well, if I'm Captain America, yeah, I could just fucking pick it up and do my stuff with it. But I should just be able to hang on to you or something, or like Iron Man should be able to carry me or something. Yeah, for his fucking
Flying character should be able to move
kind
the
of-
non-flying. That'd be dope.
Yeah, and then he could drop me in, and I can just start dummying guys.
You think the game breaks whenever like Kamal's hand really breaks for everyone else because
Yeah.
it's like two players trying to render that the player hanging off the other player in motion would be probably
Oh, yeah.
way beyond this fucking
People
game.
would be like stretching out, morphing into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game seems neat. We finished the campaign. It seems like they give you a couple little kind of mini campaigns to do with your friends after. Right now, it seems like there's kind of a lot to do. Maybe not a lot of variety, but
Yeah,
I have
we've
like
seen the
I have
same
a long
levels.
checklist of stuff. It's taking us to a lot of the same places, but yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. I feel like I'm never having more fun than when we're just fighting like 100 guys
Yeah.
and just zipping around and like all the moments where we start burst out laughing and we're having our most fun is when I'm doing my thing and I can see Eads in the background like calling lightning in on this robot, and then I can see Andy like booting his shield off like 18 people over here, and Warren grabs a guy and throws him into the air, and then I can shoot him out of the air. Like it's those moments where you're kind of focused on what you're doing, and then you see another superhero just fly in and kind of interact with what you're doing briefly, and then fly out. Where it's like, oh, it's like we're playing the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and again, it looks like the films in a way that you're like, this is fucking dope.
Yeah, it just keeps you coming back.
Yeah, and I find even too with the characters, like I was kind of talking about it last night, especially once you start upgrading that skill tree, they do a really good job of kind of capturing how that character fights, like you've seen in the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like like last night I was telling you guys where I just started dumping all my skill points into Captain America's shield throws because I got one where you throw it at a guy and then it'll hit, like you lock onto 3 guys and throw it, it'll bounce off all of them, and then I can kick it back at them now. So he does like a backflip kick
That's
and
pretty
just
dope.
sends it back in there. And then I had it upgraded to the point now so I can lock on to 5 people now, throw it, hit all 5, kick it, hit all 5 of them again, and then if I throw it again immediately after he gets it, he does like a spin and then throws it at a single target. And then when it comes back, if I hit it again, he like does that thing where he he like throws it like a a horizontal like razor,
Oh, yeah.
and fires it at him again and comes back. Like it's just fucking dope. Like just
Professional yo-yoist.
I like it
Yeah.
when he throws it vertical.
Yeah,
For some
but-
reason, it feels way more dangerous.
Yeah.
and to
It's like holding your gun sideways.
Yeah.
well, and especially when you like cap off a whole like after kicking it and like doing those, and then to finish it off with that vertical throw, I'm just like, it's fucking sick.
The way those skill trees work, it really feels like you're getting more and more powerful. Like so many things on those trees are just like, oh yeah, that seemed. I was just saying this to Warren and Andy. I think or maybe it was you, where you run into. I'll run into a situation where there'll be like something that's just a like percent buff. It's like, oh, your repulsor beams do 8% more damage on the skill tree. And then I'm like, oh, that sounds like exactly what I need. But then I'll like thumb over and it'll be like this thing where Iron Man has 2 lasers and like spins around with them. And I was like, no, that looks
On the
cooler.
other hand-
I just want the thing that looks the coolest.
You do eventually unlock everything.
Right,
Like that
yeah.
skill tree doesn't take
No,
too
I've,
long.
yeah, I've
to get
almost
through.
got it all done like at the end of the camp, like shortly after the end of the campaign. And even though I played Captain America like late in the campaign,
Yeah.
you still get stuff quick.
Yeah. It's. I hope they continue to work on it. It seems like a very cool framework.
Yes, there's something there. If they can polish it up and keep bolting on the right pieces, then it's something that we could have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm at the point now. I even fired up for a little bit today, and I think part of it is I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I played for a little bit, and I was like, I'm not really enjoying this by myself.
It's
and-
not great. I'm the same as you.
I don't think you need to play that game by
Yeah.
yourself when you're done the campaign.
Well, no, but the problem is right now is that I want to get up to the same because Eats is quite far ahead in skill level.
True.
And part of the reason why I'm not enjoying the multiplayer as much as I should be is because I don't feel like it's hard yet. Like we kind of struggled with the one boss.
Well,
We never turned it to hard.
We should
either.
turn it to hard because it'll be the hardest as the lowest level. You would have the hardest
Yeah.
time.
If you are not
And
finding it
yeah,
hard,
if you
imagine
think
how
it's
we
easy,
feel.
because I'm like, it's really easy. That said, we totally died a few times. For as easy as it was, we did not 5-star.
we never
mission.
like. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
never
you got-
died. But
I think
we
we lost some of those missions because you guys are playing different characters, though. So I think that's a huge reason. I think when we were playing our guys,
not when we were all
did that.
playing together. After Eads went to bed, we did some harm missions.
Oh, okay.
Those 5 harm missions that
Oh, yeah.
we did that Andy hadn't
Yeah.
done, and me and Warren were trying out different characters. And boy, did I die with the Hulk a lot.
Yeah,
But
they're very different. It's
Yeah.
cool how different they all feel from one another,
Yeah.
and it's a very cool framework. In 2 years, maybe we'll all be talking about Marvel's Avengers and like this
Or-
crazy thing.
maybe we will not have talked about it in a year.
Entirely possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other games you've been playing, Andy?
Well, also too, kind of one that we were all dabbling in. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Been playing a lot of that still. I finished 1. I got distracted by Mario, so I didn't haven't tackled 2 very much. But my fuck, is that a great game? Holy crap! Like I knew I was
Unbelievable.
I knew I was gonna enjoy that game, and I was excited for it. But I don't think any of us were like thinking it was going to blow us away as much as it has. Like, fuck, is it ever good? Holy crap, did they do a good job of that?
It's probably the best remake I've ever played. in my
Yeah,
life.
I totally agree. Like,
Yeah,
Especially coming off of. Wasn't there a really bad remake? I was gonna say Tony Hawk.
well, it
5.
wasn't a remake.
Well, Tony
but
Hawk 5 was
just a,
an awful
And
game.
then I
Yeah.
think there was a bad remake of 1 out there. I think
I think
there
that
is.
came out a while ago.
Yeah,
like-
but they like tried to remake 1 already and did a
Right.
real shitty job of it.
yeah. So it's
It's cool to hear that Tony Hawk, who has not been good for a long time, good.
like the first of all, the nostalgia is insane.
Yeah.
Because they not only got the music back, but they put all the same sound effects in and everything, and then they added a bunch of songs that just like bravo to the music guy on that, because I'm just like, oh, this totally feels a song that should be on Tony Hawk but was not written yet.
Yeah. You played Tony Hawk, OJ, back in the day?
No,
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 not a skater boy.
not a skater boy. All my friends did, and I'd watch, and I'm like, fuck.
You were over here in Anime Town, and they were all in
Yeah, I was
Skater
watching.
Town.
Yeah,
It's too bad.
That's why he hates it so much now.
That's right.
Scarred him as a child.
yeah. I didn't. Get
Maybe
to
you'd like
play
skating now.
Tony Hawk.
You could probably put an anime lady on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah.
You can put an anime lady on the top of your deck in this one. I think they'll let you change the top a little bit,
Yep.
which is fucking
tape.
heresy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not. You can. No, you can't stand on.
Graphics
That's
skin tape.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it might just be like colors and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think there's
not
actually
actual graphics.
Yeah, it's not a huge graphic.
Not like
bottom
not
of
like the
board.
Forza car maker where you can literally put anime ladies wherever the fuck you want.
No.
No.
So it's not only is the soundtrack fucking perfect, but it's one of those remakes where I was playing the old game. Like
Yeah.
the old game was better now, but it was like, oh, this feels exactly the same. Like
Plays how you
do
like
2-minute
remember it in your head.
You do 3 2-minute runs, and all of a sudden you're racking up 200,000 point combos again, where you're just like, oh, this is it. It's like riding a bicycle. The campaign style they did is, I think, really, really smart, where they're just like, just play through 1 and then play through 2. You can do the skill points with all the skaters if you want, if you're into that. I'm not even going to do that, and I love that game. And then they layered on a challenge and like profile level on top of all that, where I'm having probably more fun doing that, where it's like, get a 50,000 point combo using only 2 moves, and one of them has to be a special manual. So it's like giving you these kind of condition-based just tricks, and you can just go into free skate and try and bang out as many as those as you want.
Are you getting like, is this like a battle? Are you getting like cosmetics for
you
doing
get
this?
like different skate decks, different clothes for the skaters, different.
That's cool.
Everything, yeah.
Experience too. I think,
yeah.
Every time you get one.
And it was just like the way that I finished the second half of the campaign, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And then put the game down. I was like, that's it. I fucking did it. And then the next day I got off work and I was like, I just got to keep playing. I just want to keep getting in there and skating. And so I started diving into those challenges. And the challenges are honestly, when you get to the hard challenges, are harder than any goal. None of the goals are that. Plug your ears, Andy. None of the goals are that hard in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But it's
the Dark Souls of skating games, they've
That's
called
right.
it.
Look, it took me a bit to get going because I never actually owned PlayStation as a kid. I never got to play it in my house, but I always played it at my stepbrother's. That's kind of where my nostalgia comes from. But once I got it, like once I got good at like manually and in between tricks and grinding, like the goals to get those points per map are not hard. Like you can bash those out pretty easy.
also Downhill Jam is fucking hard.
Yeah, Downhill
Jam
sucks.
is like,
Nobody
it's
likes
weird how
Downhill
much
Jam.
harder that
I like Downhill Jam.
That's fucked
it's weird how much harder that park is than any other park in that game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that one. And like, don't get me wrong, I struggled with a couple of the things. The tape was the only thing that gave me a problem. Everything else was really easy. But like actually playing on that level, it's a fun level. I fucking love that level. I love it. It's fast. It's quick. Lots of grinding to do. I love doing that thing where you hop up on top of that part and then go down below and then shoot out from. Again, I'm not describing it very
kinda
well,
fun.
but yeah, like it's just I love how that level flows. That's a cool one.
Not saying you're wrong. I'm saying in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, they had 2 levels that were not like an open park. It was, you start at the top and basically go down like it's almost a ski hill.
Yeah, of course you get through.
A course, and you do tricks, and then when you get to the bottom, it just like puts you back at the top in one quick cut, and they're like, do it again.
Yeah.
For as much time as you have on the clock. And in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, there were 0 of those levels because people do not like those levels.
They're just
I don't know why. I
they're
like them.
different. People like the skate park, right? Going, you find your spots. And you're like, this is my cut. This is the area I know. This is where I
This
do
is
my
my
tricks.
line.
And
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I liked snowboarding games as a kid, so maybe that's why I'm kind of into this. But
Could be.
yeah,
Never made a bad
fundamentally fucked up.
snowboarding game.
huh?
So they've never made a bad snowboarding game.
Yeah, it's a fucking good time. But yeah, I really like Downhill Jam. It's fun. I like that. It's fast. It go quick and just fucking banging out trick sold. Yeah, I love it. It's a good time. But yeah, you get all these guys who are like, look, you do my combos and fucking yeah.
That's how I talk. That's why I do my combo.
Oh, the bottom of the hill wrecks my combo.
Too fast.
Why wouldn't they keep the combo going when you go, don't punish me for getting to the end of your stupid linear level?
That is
Yeah, can you like manual through the
No,
transition?
you
or
gotta put your
something?
breakdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is one thing where if you get to the bottom, you should be able to like
that's
manual
why.
through it. That
Finite
should be-
limit on the combo. I want the potential for infinite, well, not infinite, as much time as I have on the clock of combos.
But
If
if you
anything,
learn-
you should get like a bonus for carrying the combo through.
through the clock? Should sudden death you?
No, just,
I see.
Like when you get to the bottom and go to the top, if you can keep your combo going, it
Yeah.
should just, like they have those weird gaps where it's like, hop to the fountain, and they just give you bonus multipliers for doing these specific area-based things.
They should.
They should just give you a gap for one of those.
Finish the course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very minor complaint though, in a fantastic game.
Tony Hawk, Pro Skater.
yeah,
1 and 2.
I-
They got old skaters in there, which is dope.
Yes.
When they announced this, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get this. I don't know if I need to go back. And now it's one of my favorite games I've played this year.
Damn.
For sure. Yeah.
And even too, like, we talked about this as well too, but the bailing and then having that rewind animation to get back on the board.
Yeah.
Like fucking like just everything that they did to add to that game has just been so perfect. Like
Back
it's
in the
great.
day, you used to have to watch Tony Hawk pick himself up slowly
Yeah,
off the
dust himself
ground,
off,
yeah,
get
straighten
back
his
on the
shirt,
board.
and on he goes.
Now
Like,
he just like bails in like weird digital graphic and he's back on his board.
And they even tell you too, like you can get up quick, like in the tip screen or whatever. They'll be like, "Oh, tired of bailing? Hit button mash to get up faster." And like like you could fall and he'll be like, and you're fucking going again. Like you still have the momentum and everything. Like,
another cool thing is they added, so they have all the old skaters from Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
The original skaters. Yeah.
Who are also now the old skaters.
That's right. They've aged.
And are in as older models.
Yeah, they rescan them, which is super dope.
Yeah. And then they also brought in like a new generation of skaters, which is like impressively, and I wish I didn't have to say this, but impressively like there's a lot of girls. It is impressively diverse is the word I'm looking for. A lot of girl skaters. I think a non-binary skater.
I didn't even know skateboarding was still a thing.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I just thought kids stopped, and
when they stopped making video games, I honestly was like, I guess skateboarding's
why
over.
would anyone skate
Skateboarding's done.
anymore?
Yeah, it's like Pogs.
Well,
we just got over Pogs.
point.
They just went away one day.
There's point.
ESPN the Ocho probably has Pogs on.
Nah, that's fair. ESPN 3.
Well, and it also seems like I bet a lot more kids probably got into it back in the day, maybe because there wasn't as many things like video games and different mediums of entertainment. So that was something you could do for not very expensive, right? Like you could just go down to the skate park, hang out with your friends, and skate. So it just seems like,
though.
huh?
It's where you bought drugs as a kid. Though.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good spot for smokes.
It's good times, but that's probably a big part of it. But for us, yes, because they stopped making video games is probably why we thought it died.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, the kids that are put in this game probably grew up on fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 or Thug. I mean, Thug's a good. I love Thug, but it's
Probably
a different
older
thing.
than we're probably
Project
older than
8.
most of the new skaters in there.
Yeah,
yeah.
the intro is fucking fantastic.
Oh
too,
god, yeah, the intro's so cool.
because it's like they do the really cool 4:3 to widescreen
Oh, yeah.
moment where they're saying like it's HD now,
Yeah.
and it's a really well done one.
It's right in
Yeah.
the middle of Tony doing a sick trick, and the
and
editing's
everyone losing
fantastic.
their mind that he hit the sick trick, but it's right when the fucking screen goes big.
Yeah.
It seems super well made.
It's fucking.
It was a
yeah.
labor of love.
Someone fucking gave a shit about Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
dope.
It even seems like Tony Hawk gave a shit about it as well too. Like,
Tony Hawk
Gives a shit about all of them, including the bad ones.
Always.
They're all his
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah, which is good.
What was the board thing he brought out?
The one with the skateboard.
For Ride.
Ride, yes.
Yeah.
He literally standing on a skateboard. I think Tony Hawk thought Ride was going to be dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He fucking had hands on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, and you could shoot projectiles out of the front of your board in that one.
He's
And I
like,
don't say that as a positive.
for some reason, you can shoot projectiles out of the front of your board in that one?
Yeah, I think you shoot like energy, like that stuff. It's a bad game.
sounds good.
It's a bad game.
Yeah, it sounds good. That's what Tony probably thought too. He's like, that's fucking sick. Yeah,
that's
do
what
that.
people need.
And then he got it. He's like, oh, God,
Nah, he's a
we
good,
need to remake
he's a
1 and
good
2.
man. Every time we're mad about a bad Tony Hawk game, I bet Tony Hawk is 1,000
He's
times.
just as mad.
If he even gets mad. I bet he's like,
He seems pretty chill.
yeah, he's reached nirvana. He feels like, oh yes, another bad game.
I think he is probably over the moon though that everybody's receiving this as well as they are though. Like he's probably happy too that like skating's back in the spotlight a little bit too. So
Good for him. Good
yeah.
for old Tone.
yeah, good for us too. We got a good video game.
Yeah. What else have you been playing? Let's keep moving through these games here.
God, yeah. I think it's time to pass it off to somebody else. I think that's it for me.
Great.
People who loved Tony Hawk seem to have still love Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Right?
He seems like he's like Keanu Reeves.
And
He's
also,
like,
it's crazy that you guys thought skateboarding ended because skateboarding has never ended. I
didn't think skateboarding ended.
I don't know whether it's because like a lot of my friends.
You guys.
Sorry,
Don't
Matt.
give it to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably because a lot of my friends are into skateboarding and continue to skateboard. But yeah, it's crazy that you're like.
you says the man who thinks anime is done.
I don't think anime is done. I know it's there. I'm just like I'm done with
Put a curtain
anime.
in front of it. Just
It's
pull
like
the fucking room divider.
it's like roller derby. Like skateboarding went the way of roller derby. It's like rollerblading. Nobody rollerblades.
Absolutely, both are still.
Nobody-
Yeah, rollerblading is actually coming back as well
Nobody.
too.
Just that shirtless douchebag who plays the guitar.
Yeah,
if
nobody-
that's your
Oh,
that
he's
is
a
your
good man.
representation of rollerblading, no. That's
Speaking of shirtless douchebags.
Oh, I thought we were going to do speaking of roller derby.
Speaking of
Tell me why.
roller derby, tell me why. I finished that. That's the Don't Nod, the new
girl
Don't Nod game.
is a roller derbist.
Yes, Allison is a roller derbist,
Yeah.
or was.
Oh, you
Is?
talked about this last
Was.
week?
Yeah, finished it.
How'd it turn out?
I really like it.
I've also finished it.
Yeah,
Just for
we both finished. I really like it. This one more than the other games about the journey and not the destination. Not that it's bad or unsatisfying. When you play it, you'll be like, "Ah, yes, I see exactly what he meant."
Yeah.
you saying that reminds me of how I felt about damn it.
love
What the
that
hell's that
game.
game?
I love that
The one with the animals, and there was the little story, and you went down the
Night
cave.
in the Woods.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Night in the Woods, where I was like, the journey was fantastic, and then the ending was just like, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Night in the Woods. There's a lot of one-to-ones in terms of the quality of the storytelling between those games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it just seemed like they had the whole fucking thing, and then the ending. For me, I was cooler on it than you, and you thought it was the coolest part of the game, probably. But I was a big
cool
like,
being like cold.
coolest. Yeah, not
cold.
not happy with it.
Not
Okay,
good.
I
But
was
yes,
confused.
I literally, I'm willing to admit it. I made the sound when the shoe dropped. So
Yeah. It's such a we can't even really describe it. It's the mechanic of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's.
So,
I
do
talked
you think
a
it's a spoiler to say what the bit is?
Yeah, I do.
Like, not even what
because
the-
I didn't.
Not even what the power is, but what the
No, because I
like every
last
episode
week,
kind of ends the same way. But I just don't know if
I
we
didn't
can
even.
say that.
I don't even think we should say
Okay.
that. Yeah, it's such a weird, hard to talk around thing
Mm-hmm.
in a way that, like, even having not finished it the week when I was talking about it, after I finished it, it was a like, oh, I not realizing it. I have said too much in the podcast. Having finished this game, I accidentally said too much in the podcast. Oops. Not like super spoilery. When you play and finish it, you'll be like, I see
Yeah, it's tough.
this mechanical thing.
Like even when these games are story games.
Yeah.
Nothing about these games is very fun. Although I thought this game had some maybe better puzzle solving than some of the other Don't Nod games.
Yeah.
In terms of like reading stuff and using that information to solve physical puzzles. But at the end of the day, like when you don't stick an ending on a story game,
Yeah.
I probably never think about that game again.
Yeah. I won't replay this one, probably.
Like I'll tell you this right now about Life is Strange 2, which is a game that I like more than you.
Yeah, I really didn't care for that at all.
I thought a higher percentage of this game was better than that game, but because I like my ending of Life is Strange 2, I now look at both of those games and be like, I like Life is Strange 2 better.
Yeah, it's a real weird. The ending is so weird and amorphous is maybe the way to put it, that it's not very satisfying. I like you, Brando, made the fart. I was like,
Yeah.
don't tell me that.
That this is what we're doing.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
fart noise. But at the
not-
same time, sorry, just to finish my thought. At the same time, very much enjoyed. Would highly recommend it, especially because it's on Game Pass.
Yes.
I think it is still a super fun and interesting mystery the whole
And,
way.
like to the puzzle solving point again, 3 is where the story gets bad, but there's puzzle solving in 3 that I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
So there's something in every episode for everyone. It's just they don't stick the landing.
Yeah.
I mean, and the best analogy would be watching a gymnast or a diver or somebody who can do some twists and shit in the air that looks fantastic, but if they ain't fucking landing on 2 of their feet, you're just... But,
belly fall.
They don't fall.
No,
though, to be clear.
because that's memorable.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's not. It's not like they fell and got hurt.
Right.
It's not like they ate shit, and you're like, well, this is the. It's so goddamn hard to talk about.
Just a sloppy landing.
Yeah, it'd be no different than skateboarders
Kind of.
going back to Tony
So-
Hawk. You
so
watch
I
a
think
great trick,
kind
but they don't land it. It wasn't great.
You and me are kind of even talking about different things, I think. Because I'm talking about...
We're talking about the
You guys are
cannon, the
being-
head cannon,
Yeah.
solid. What the?
Super
I think
vague.
you're talking about the mechanic.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the
mechanic aside.
the shoe that dropped before the
okay.
mechanic.
Yeah, Also, the shoe itself is
Yes.
a bit of a fart noise.
They're all fart noises. There's a lot of farts at the end of that game.
Yeah, episodes 1 and 2 real fucking strong, and you might as well finish it because you've made it through the first 2 episodes. I like the characters a lot. I think the characters.
Yeah,
are
the
fun.
characters are good, and the writing is pretty good.
Yeah, unlike
for
Life is
most of
Strange
it.
2, it's memorable. I will remember these characters down the line. I literally cannot remember the name of the main character from.
Carlos, maybe.
Is it
I think Carlos was one of them. but I
Daniel?
did-
Is your younger brother? I don't think it's Carlos. Is it?
I thought Daniel was the older brother.
No,
Your
Daniel's
point
the-
stands.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, especially on Game Pass for free. Highly
Can't go
recommend.
wrong.
Yeah.
What's your time worth?
What else I've been playing? WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I
I'm
played
excited to
today.
hear
Here
your
we
thoughts on
go.
this.
Me too. I was watching
Yeah.
some ads on Instagram. Like, this game actually looks pretty cool.
And that's what I was saying last time I was on here as well too.
okay.
Yeah, I think like we talked about how that is the direction that these wrestling games need to take. Matt Eads, what did you learn?
It's a real roller coaster, Andy. I'm glad you asked. Full disclosure: I did not buy this game. 2K sent me a code. because if I get out there and like this game is real dope, you should buy it. Now that is, it's been disclosed. So it is a arcadey 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 kind of wrestling game. Technically, it's kind of a combat
fighting
thing.
game.
Kind of, it's like a Smash Brothers almost. It's like a
Which they play in fighting game tournaments.
yeah. You have attacks kind of have a weight to them, and like animations are swinging in a way that you can miss. There's a parry mechanic where you can do a perfect block and kind of open up some space. It is kind of the controls from the 2K year games, basically that scheme, but kind of simplified, where like throws are on your right stick, and you've got everyone has different throws or different directions or different throws, and there's a Irish.
When you say
whip button
throws, you mean like slams and stuff?
slams,
yeah,
like a throw being a move where they like lock up and then something comes out of it.
a grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a $50 game, which is a little bit crazy. You get in there immediately. There's a premium currency. There's a currency you're earning. If you want to get,
I did not know this was a $50 game.
$50 game. If you want to get in there and spend money and just objectively make your wrestlers better, you sure can do that. You sure can if you want to.
Yes, Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
And 1,000 others.
It seems like it comes with some of the roster, and you are paying to unlock others. I'm not really too sure what is included and what isn't. Like I didn't have
paying to unlock others after I've paid my $50.
That's correct. Yeah, like I had Undertaker, but I didn't have Triple H. I didn't have Brock Lesnar, but I had current roster, I guess.
Sure. Is that there's no chance that's just because of the code they sent?
I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's pretty fucked up that you don't get Triple H when you pay $50 for a wrestling video game.
Mm-hmm.
You buy a little currency. Triple H, maybe he's legendary. He's got really high stats, so he's a really good wrestler to have, I guess. So the mechanics themselves, a whole bunch that I'm not really going to go into, but there's a bunch of different types and the different stats, and brawler and aerialist and all these things. There are 3 meters that you have. This is the gameplay. You got a health meter, which as it gets lower, that makes you easier to pin. You have a stamina meter, which you use for doing special moves, and you have a fire meter, which fills up. You use it for reversals and for eventually your signature move, the finisher they call a signature here. And it's kind of this like heavy physics based, almost reminds me of like a Smash Brothers where you're kind of trying to wait, or like a Dark Souls where you're trying to wait for the perfect attack and parry him and open him up and get in there and do some attacks and build some meter. And it actually, like playing against the AI, and I was kind of giving people the play-by-play in the Slack, it's kind of fun. And it like the wrestling, quote unquote, is pretty enjoyable. It's fun. It has depth to it in a way that like you feel like you're like, fuck, I can get good at that. I can learn these parry timings and like a fighting game. I can kind of, I know Undertaker has this big slow swing, and I can kind of get out of the way and get in there and hit him. And like that part of it's pretty fun. It has a very loose campaign, like a story that you're going through and along stuff. And then I took it online and played against other people, and it turns out, and I've like done the research and verified this, that there is called a bug, I guess, called a feature.
Non-shippable.
Yeah, there's an infinite combo. It turns out that if the fight starts, you have a little bit of meter. You don't have enough to do a reversal, but you do have enough to do a special move. And getting special moved does not build heat so that you can do a reversal. So you can grab somebody, you special move them in a throw where they fly up, whatever, power bomb, and they're stunned for a bit. They have to mash A to get up. Also, I encountered cheaters, I think, today too, where if you have like a turbo controller or a button script, you just boop, stand back up. But anyways, they mash A to get back
If
up.
you care enough to cheat at this game, I hate you.
You mash
like
A.
Fall Guys.
You mash A to get back up. While you're getting back up, the other person taunts, so they build a little bit of meter, so they can do another special move. And as you're standing up, they special move you again. And it turns out you can just do that repeatedly until the match is over. I had it done to me.
No way to counter those because you don't have enough reversal.
You literally can never build the meter,
Right.
and unless you somehow can... I could never tap fast enough, and it got to the point where I'm like, I think this might be completely broken, because then I went and did it the next 20 games in a row, and it turns
Then you
out...
start feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah,
Well,
then it's cool.
also-
You're the one doing it.
So
And then
the-
it's a good game and it's well made.
The other part of it, so the online, there's this kind of tournament mode where you're like, you win 8 rounds or whatever, and you're moving up, and if you lose, you kind of restart, and the idea is, win 8 before you lose 2 or whatever. There is no like online matchmaking. There's no like, I just want to get in there, I just want to one-on-one somebody, let's go, fire me in a game. The only way to play other people with matchmaking is to go into this tournament mode, or to do this thing called the King of the Battleground, which is like a there is a battle royal going on indefinitely, and as players get eliminated, new players will be added in. So then just see how long you can last in this King of the Hill, throw people over the top, they get eliminated, it matches a new player, and they come in, and it's kind of a battle royal, see how long you can last. And other than that, there's no other way to play. Like, I can invite a friend and we can one-on-one, that is it. I can't just get in there and be like, I would like to one-on-one, learn how to play this game, let's just do some fights, let's do some matches. Can't do it. You got to do the tournament thing.
So the Battle Royale thing, that sounds like a cool game mode. That sounds cool.
It is.
For
It's
online.
kind of interesting.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But did Nintendo put together this online stuff?
Yeah.
Because this sounds fucking like some bullshit that they would do. Like,
It-
did the developers of this game
You need a friend code.
ask anybody how they like to play video games, or have they ever played a video game online?
Apparently
Like,
not.
You know,
It is always interesting that like WWE as a company is fucking riddled with people who love video games, passionately love video games. The fact that WWE continuously churns out bad
year
video
after
games
year after year.
that these guys probably just look at and be like,
Yeah.
do we have to play this?
It's fucked.
I feel obligated to play this bad video game.
If they patch it, I really enjoy the combat. I would like to play, if we had a house rule and we were playing local, like, all right, no infinite throws, cool. I think it'd be a super fun game to just hang out and like brawl in.
yeah, like and you know, as we said before, this seems like a great direction for it, right?
Totally.
Like, kind of just have it, even too, like watching the animations of like the punches have, you know, effects around them and stuff, and
Yeah.
it still looks like they're wrestling too. Like, it doesn't look like they're just like all out, like brawling and punching. I don't know, from what I've seen, you've actually
Yeah,
played
it's
it,
a bit. It's a lot more like punching and kicking.
Throw
than-
someone into an alligator?
I did not. So the stage things like the alligator, they don't appear online. You can only do them in the campaign.
Well, that's dumb too. Then that's
And also, the game came out on the 17th. I was playing it today, which was the 21st. There were 147 people playing when I played today.
I
So
put 20th on a lot of stuff for work today.
that game's multiplayer is already dead on arrival in a way that, and it has crossplay. So I'm matching with Xbox and PS4 players. Could not find a match. Played the same two guys over and over and over, and then eventually they got tired of being infinite throwed and just couldn't find a match. So it like
So it's either bad code or good on all you people for not buying.
I think it's just
this game.
I went on the who is playing on Steam. I went on the Steam charts.
Yeah.
147 people are playing this game. Full stop.
Yeah.
Let alone who is doing the tournament mode. Let alone who is in bracket 1 of 8 of the fucking tournament. And like it, the wrestling seems kind of okay, except for the part where they didn't play test it apparently. But the part where it's $50 and the part where it has all these premium currencies and the part where it's like, I would like my wrestler to just pin better online. Here is $10.
Give me fucking Triple H.
It all fucking sucks. I feel
Triple
like
H is like the Ryu.
it feels like this was a free game that
Technology.
because their 2K, what would have been 2K21 wasn't coming out this year. They went, oh fuck, we need a main franchise wrestling game this year. What if we charge $50 for this?
They have an incredible wrestling game, and it's WWE Supercard.
Yeah.
It seemed, from the way you're describing it, it seems like they went into creating this once again with the full intention of making all their money off people who love WWE
1,000%.
and that are just going to buy it no matter what.
10,000%.
How can we make cash? Well, let's first off make it like Fortnite, where it has all this extra stuff you have to buy in game, including the actual wrestlers, and we're going to still charge $50 for it. Like, it's fucking bullshit. Like, it should be a free to play. If you can't fucking get Triple H with paying for the game, it should be a free to play, and then you have to buy that stuff.
You're unlocking things through the campaign at a clip that it feels like it's like, oh, you unlocked like Heavy Punch. It is unlocking in a way that it feels like a free to play. Like, oh, you unlocked the first segment of the health bar. Oh, you unlocked the second segment of the health bar.
It seems like this type of game was made, and you know, when we went through the whole Battlefront stuff, it seems like the industry has already been down this path. They've learned that this is not the thing to do. WWE just was not there for any of that conversation, and then now they're just fucking coming out here like, oh, what do you mean you guys don't like this? Isn't this what we're doing with video games? Like,
And we know what kind of company WWE is at the
that's, I
top,
think,
right? Like WWE is going to be the last company to get off the microtransaction train. If
1,000%.
there's ever everyone gets off the microtransaction train.
them what's legal.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're not even like doing it like They're not even doing microtransactions where they're stepping up to the line and trying not to cross it. They're just like, fucking, you got to pay for the Rock. You got to pay for Triple H.
Rock did come. I did play as the Rock.
Oh, okay, but anyways, like your main guys though, like they're just completely crossing over the line and not giving a fuck. Like,
Yeah, it's
fuck
wild.
whatever, we're gonna get away with this. So
It's
a
very
real-
wild.
Wrestling's
Ken.
changed. Yeah.
I also started playing Yakuza 0.
Tell me.
We've played on stream. It seems very good. It seems very good. I don't have too much to report yet other than I think the fighting is very bombastic in a way that I really enjoy.
You got a big fucking skill tree in that game, don't you? Is that the one with the big round?
Yeah, and
skill tree?
every style has its own
Yeah.
round one.
Yeah.
It's once you look at them, you're like, oh, it's a template, and you're like, these ones are all health. These ones are all.
okay,
It's
yeah.
not as bad. What's the guy's name? Dojima?
That is our guy's
I'm
name.
Kiryu. I think I'm Kiryu. Is like the hitman kind of. It is this weird. It's like this super serious, like kind of dry crime procedural in a way that like I'm getting bored of these really long cutscenes. Incredibly well acted and stuff, but it's just like people talking to me like, oh, he's a member of the whatever clan, or that family, yada yada yada. Like just like politics in a way that I'm like,
Checking out a little too often to keep a handle on anything.
1000%. Where the crime procedural stuff is like so dry, and then literally 2 seconds later, people are like running down the street and be like, our producer didn't show up for this film shoot. You tall man can be our producer, and he's me. And you just go in, and he's like wardrobe change, and he ties a sweater around his neck, and like he gets in there.
Now we're getting Japanese.
And then you're playing a game where they're like giving you industry words. They're like, I need you to grocer the set, and you Kiryu have to have like 4 choices of like what you think grocer does, and you do like, I will paint the sets, I will like prepare, I will tilt the food at an angle or whatever, and is you taking your best guess at producer, and like it is just this weird ultra dry crime procedural, and then these crazy zany side adventures of like what else have I this old aging foreigner is teaching me, he's just aging foreigner, I don't know, where's that, he's just teaching me to be a fighter. And
like a sensei.
anytime you learn a new fighting style, Kiryu will see someone fighting, and the camera will like zoom into his face, and he'll just say, "That's rad," and then it'll zoom out, and you'll learn the new fighting style. Like it's very, it's fucking rad.
It's got that weird. It seems like it's got that weirdness to it.
Yeah, it's
It's long, isn't it? It's a long video
I
game.
have no idea. Yeah, it seems like it could be. There's a lot of side stuff. Like not everything is voiced in a way where
Right.
like I could see this game being 1,000 hours of these.
Sure.
Kind of side quests, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Come and join us on the stream for that. We'll be playing through that for quite a while, I think. It's on Game Pass also, if anybody. Yakuza 0. It's cool.
that sounds like something I'd like.
Kiwami 0. Kiwami? I think just 0, and then the Kiwamis are the remakes.
I feel like that's Kiwami.
Yeah, I think so.
Last year, like 3 Yakuza games came
Yeah.
out. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
pack. Anybody else got any other... Brandon, what you got on here?
All right, Hades
All
is
right.
the only thing that we haven't talked about.
That
That
game's
I've
out
done.
now.
For the
That
makers
game's-
of Transistor, right?
Yes,
Man.
Supergiant, and Bastion, one of my all-time favorite video games,
Also.
and Pyre. Another
Pyre.
video game I like. In fact, I would
There's
go so
one
far as
more.
to say,
What's the other
I
Supergiant
have
game?
Never, I don't know.
Pyre. Oh, no, I guess that's it, right?
Might be
Bastion, Transistor's the talking sword. Yeah,
Talking sword
yeah,
with the
Transistor.
cool
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
I'm just thinking of Hades twice because Hades came out on early access a long time ago.
yeah.
2 years ago,
Maybe even longer.
and finally just came out as 1.0 and was released on the Switch.
What are you playing on?
The Switch.
How's it run?
Fantastically.
Hell yes.
Yes. This is a roguelite video game. Did you play this when it was in early access?
No.
No. This is a roguelite video game. You are kind of have your original hub that you start everything into that you can kind of dump points into to buy stuff.
Earning a currency to unlock upgrades to get further into the run.
And a lot of currency. There's like gems are for kind of renovating your starting area and renovating kind of chambers with like on the way that'll be like, oh, now when you get to this room you can get 25 health. We'll just have a little pot there that you can pick up 25 health every time you go through this room. And then there's like the purple darkness, which is your currency to add points into like your strength, and you can add points that you can get extra lives. Like basically, if you die, you just keep going with 50% health, and you can buy more of those. And yeah, a bunch of different currencies. None of them are paid currencies. Obviously, you don't pay for anything in this game once you've bought it. And then the basic loop is you go through a procedurally generated dungeon. There are forks in the road that you can take wherever you want.
You're trying to get out of Hades?
You're trying to get out of Hades. You're the son of Hades himself.
Who are you?
I can't remember his name. Zigmondus, maybe. Zigmondus. I think it starts with a ZYG.
I'll look that one up.
But you are the son of Hades, which I think is a cooler way to introduce yourself. And
I'm sorry, who?
yes,
Son of Hades.
right. Oh, that sounds important.
Zagreus.
Zagreus. Close enough.
I'm sorry, who?
The immortal son of Hades. I'm not. I just wondered if it was like, is that an iconic character from mythology?
No,
Or is that a made up for the game?
So you're, I guess, getting into the story first. You and it's kind of unveils as you go, but you are starting at the very bottom in Hades' chambers, and you were very much a like snobby, not snobby in a bad way. Like you're very on board with the sarcasm and everything that you're giving your father, but you're like, look, I just don't want to be here. I am an independent young man. I'm going up. I'm
going to
getting
go
out of
skateboarding.
Hades.
I heard
I
it's
wanna go
still
skateboard.
popular as fuck up there.
Yeah,
Right.
fucking skateboarding.
So
That was
you're-
Boy,
awful.
Tony.
moving you're moving up through these floors, and there's forks in the road as you go through these rooms, and the forks they tell you at the fork, like, this is what's down this road. You can get gems to renovate, you can get darkness to improve your character.
Oh, I see.
You can get keys to unlock new weapons. It basically tells you what the different kinds of currencies are at the end of the path. The other things that pop up are boons, and they are gifts from the gods in Olympus, who are actively trying to help you escape Hades for some reason, which I have not entirely figured out yet.
Probably, if God of War has taught me anything, is
The gods probably are all
the gods are the real villains.
right.
Yeah.
So they're giving you like they're these orbs that you can find, and like the currency, they put them on the doors. So it's like you can kind of plan a strategy for how you want to kind of develop your character through that run. And it's like Zeus's stuff gives you you can pick from 3 different lightning abilities, and it's usually one's attached to your main attack, one's attached to your special attack, which changes depending on the weapon you're using, and one is attached to your dash. So like a simple level 1 lightning one would be like, oh, it will electrify enemies when you hit them with your sword, or if you use your heavy, it will make lightning like shoot down on both sides of you when you use your heavy, or when you use a dash, it'll shoot a lightning bolt down to where you were before you dashed.
Yeah. Modifying your.
Just modifying your 3 basic moves, and then you can combine those with like other gods' passives. So it's like you'll have the Zeus one, and then you'll find Ares, the god of war, one of our favorites, who's like his'll act, and I might be getting some of these wrong, but his'll add like knockback effects to.
Oh, and then your
whatever you're
lightning
doing.
bolts will.
Right.
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
so
Okay.
it's that kind of thing.
It's interesting.
And as you start to kind of learn what all these boons do, you can, and because they give you the option of kind of at least slightly planning a route by saying this is what's here and this is what's here, you can, it's way easier than in most roguelites to be like, this is what I'm going for. Whereas in a lot of roguelites, it's like, this is what I've got. This is what the game dealt out to me.
You
this
can work
time.
towards a goal.
And there's like a bunch of the other tropes on the way where it's like, well, you can find the hammer of Hephaestus, I think, just improves your weapon, doesn't add like electricity or anything, but it improves attack power and stuff like that. And then every time you die, you just are reborn at the bottom, and none of the boons or anything carries over. That's your run-based stuff, but you've picked up currency that you can put into other stuff. So
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So the best part is what is the best part with most Supergiant games is it is unbelievably written.
The narrator.
Yes. So yes, but it's the way that they have accounted. It feels like they've written dialogue for every situation you find yourself in. So it's like I got Poseidon's boon, and then I've run into a situation where Zeus and Poseidon both have boons, and I have to pick to like improve. If you get 2 of the same one, it improves it. So I have to improve my Poseidon one or add the Zeus one. And they know like what weapon I'm using, and there's backstory on that. And they know that I already picked up a Zeus one, and
So
they're
we'll,
arguing
like-
with each other a little bit.
Yeah, well, like
and-
Zeus be like, oh, you didn't pick me, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
And then sometimes when you don't pick one of them, then they'll, like, later in the run, they'll try and smite you by sending a bunch of enemies at you, and being like, well,
Interesting.
yeah, like
That's cool.
the amount of times that I'm like, I can't believe that they wrote a situation for that. Like, that seems to be, it seems like they made a simple game and then just piled on incredible writing and foresight on top of it.
Like very like reactive almost.
Yes, incredibly reactive.
Yeah,
And
Pyre was very, very much the same way. Of like,
and even Bastion, where it was very much like the narrator had different dialogue for the two weapons you were carrying.
Yep.
So you brought a sword and a bow, he would talk about you in a different way than if you brought a sword and a spear
Yeah.
or whatever they were in, or a shotgun.
remember that narrator? Oh, that
That was
guy
a
was
fucking spot on
kid.
narrative. I think you would fucking love this game.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to come up.
Incredibly tight, isometric, top down, kind of in the same way Bastion was. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You get a codec.
I love Codex.
Yeah, and they unlock
Grimmers.
you. Yeah, exactly, and you unlock more information about them. And it'll always tell you what you have to do. It's like when you talk to Hades 5 more times, we're going to tell you more about Hades. Or if you give this person a gift, you're going to get this information and stuff. So it's basically like a kind of whole side game to be like, oh, I got to go get some fucking, I got to go somewhere on the run. I got to pick a door that has the God's Nectar because that's the gift. Like it's just, there's one gift in the game and it's God's Nectar. Everyone wants it. And you're like, I'm going to get that because I want to be able to take that back to Nyx. Who is the mother, I think, of darkness.
Goddess of Night, as far as
Goddess
I
of Night,
know. Yeah.
and give it to her because I want to learn more about her story. And it's changing. Like every run I go through, and sometimes you'll go in and die real early because you're a piece of shit, and it'll send you right back, and they already have more things to talk to you about. And
You
there's
died pretty fast that one, huh?
yeah, and they'll say that stuff. The guy at the door knows who beats you and will sometimes give you a tip. When you go out and beat him the next time, you'll have a quip. Like it's just everything is written. They've thought of everything.
Yeah, that seems very
from
cool.
a writing point of view. So
And it's finally out, eligible for Game of the Year this year.
yes,
Yeah, I'll check it out now that it's out. Yes. What? We're running a little bit long. Any other games, Brandon?
no, I'm done.
Any other games? Anyone? Oliver? Last of Us.
The Last of Us 2.
You started playing it, or
Start
you
the
just,
clock.
You just
I've
thought about
absolutely
it?
played.
You got all the way. You were asking me about Seattle. You got
Yeah.
all the way to Seattle.
Got all the way to Seattle, so which is probably
Watch your
like
spoilers. Andy hasn't
That's
played it yet.
3 hours.
Oh, so that's day 2, I think, right? Anyways, yeah, Andy's gonna play. So yes, let's watch our
Fuck,
spoilers.
it's a good game. Like from what I played, like holy shit, that's a
Yeah,
good game. And
plays
I,
well, hey.
I didn't expect anything less, and they hit you with a fucking banger like they did in the first game.
Yes, I
Chef's
hope it's
kiss.
getting its hooks into you.
It absolutely has. It's just
Reminds me of like
I was saying earlier, like how it opens up. I'm like, I'm kind of not down with that, and I asked you guys if it was worth it, and you guys said yes. So I will go and look around. But
without pulling the curtain back too much. It's a very narrow opening. Up.
okay,
Yeah.
Good,
Very,
great.
very narrow.
That's great.
And
news.
it only does that trick once.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like exploring, combing over these, because that was my thought too. It was like, oh, I'm gonna have to comb over all these spaces to get every little thing, but
Yeah.
no, it's just that one spot.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Because what I wanted from this game was like a tight narrative that told me fucking the story I want to hear. Especially because there's the impetus for the story, and I'm like, fucking, I am gonna kill some motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I love watching
It's
people
like
go on
Christmas
the arc.
morning whenever anyone starts it up again.
Yeah, I love watching people go on the arc. I remember when I was there. Fucking.
Does it
God,
change?
damn,
I can't see how much it changes.
Changes for some people, doesn't change
Crazy
for others.
Yeah. That's
fucking
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
like, yes, I am like,
Listen to our spoiler cast once you're done.
I'm gonna, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Set yourself up a nice fucking full shift at your
6
work.
hours. Yeah.
Because right now
Kill a
I
full
am
day.
like seeing red, and I don't see
Yes.
fucking anything else.
Awesome.
Holy shit!
I got a few news
The big
stories.
Toyota dealership.
Yeah. Well, I
What?
mean,
We're not supposed to. I thought we weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, really?
Now they know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Listening to
is this like
podcast,
the
big Toyota dealership, and playing Last of Us podcast.
Is this like how I'm not supposed to say I work at CTV?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll go through these pretty fast. I have a little story. This was actually from last week when we missed the show. Apple kind of fired back at Epic. Basically, legally, they kind of said, like, hey, this Epic thing is a publicity stunt. I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah, we hate this story.
Yeah, when billionaires fight. Nintendo announced a new Monster Hunter coming to Switch called Monster Hunter Rise. Coming out March 26th.
Remember Monster Hunter, you guys?
2021? I do.
I had a lot of fun with that
I
game.
do.
Brando didn't. Brando
Ori-
spent $80 on that game.
We could still. It's not too late.
100 with the headset.
Play it on PS5. Hopefully there's a free PS5 upgrade. Where was I here? Ori and Will of the Wisps out now on Switch. They did one of those. Oh, Ori and the Will of the Wisp is coming to Switch, and it's out today. And
Put
yes,
Game Pass on the Switch.
Put Game Pass on the Switch. Also, Hades is out. The big story this week. Microsoft, this happened today. It was dope that we did this podcast almost in real time. Microsoft has bought ZeniMax, or is buying ZeniMax, and Bethesda Publishing to the tune of $7.5 billion.
Peanuts.
More than Disney paid for Star Wars. So there's a ton to unpack here, and a lot of it is all... Who knows what this might mean for the future?
Who knows, like, even in terms of motive.
Yes, this is unprecedented.
Yes.
But they have, with this deal comes, this is just some of the stuff they listed. There's more. The Elder Scrolls franchise, Fallout franchise, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, Quake, Starfield, and everything else, presumably, that ZeniMax, Elder Scrolls Online, or Bethesda's ever published. And this is, so Microsoft has said they will honor the current PS5 exclusives. Anything that has been already confirmed of, yes, this will be PS5 exclusive or have some kind of an exclusivity deal. They said they're going to honor that. Mm-hmm. They say future releases will be on a case-by-case basis, which is...
That's bonkers. I mean, that could be bonkers.
Yes.
Depending on what that case-by-case basis
even the
is.
implication that maybe Elder Scrolls 6 or something, these very high-profile Bethesda games, Starfield, will be... a timed PC and Xbox exclusive or something is fucking crazy.
Yes.
Absolutely crazy. It's, to me, read very much of Sony did that announcement, showed God of War 2, had the little thing, and like, you're like, man, Sony's first party game. Oh, Demon's Souls, Spider-Man, God of War, motherfucker. And Microsoft just went, oh yeah, and just fucking bought Bethesda and everything and moved it into their first party camp.
It's fucked.
It's fucked.
Like, there are so many insanely high quality games coming out of those studios.
Huge. And like Microsoft picked up what used to be Obsidian previously and now has Bethesda again, and it's
Fallout 2?
New Vegas 2. Yeah, it's wild. So all the Bethesda games are going to come to Game Pass, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. All their future stuff is going to come to Game Pass because this is first party. Unless they change what they're doing going forward, everything will be on Windows, not on Xbox or PC. But
I wonder where, and this is a like business case, someone watching the lines go up or down and hitting the raise price button whenever it's at the right spot. But I wonder at what point they increase the price of Game Pass.
I wonder.
Because I feel like Game Pass right now is a good deal.
Yeah.
And generally, if I feel like Game Pass right now is a good deal, it means that they're due to increase it because they're going to put me at it's a acceptable deal.
Yeah.
And now that they've just bought all this stuff and are putting this stuff on and possibly a lot of the future stuff, I'm like, this is a fucking unbelievable deal.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense when you're like, Elder Scrolls 6 is only on the next Xbox. Also, Game Pass is now $40 a month.
Yes.
What, are you not going to pay it?
Yeah.
Like, it's too late.
Give them a middle finger.
You're all financing fuckers. You're all in the system. It's too late.
You're screwed.
Which is exactly what they want.
Phil wins is how Phil wins.
Phil wins, yeah.
Phil always wins.
Everyone loses.
Yeah.
Phil wins.
It'll go the long way around sometimes, but Phil's going to win.
Always. Always. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Who knows what it might mean for the future. Timed exclusivity is a very real possibility. Mm-hmm. Very real. That would be the ultimate role reversal of the first party game.
It's a hell of a way to combat Spider-Man and God of War, is being like, well, we got fucking Wolfenstein and Doom and potentially Elder Scrolls 6.
Rage.
John
Goodman's Rage.
You want some Rage?
Yeah, Dishonored. It's wild. So that's very, very exciting. It's good for us. Good for us. Competition like this, very, very good for us.
Yes.
And that's all the news. Just a reminder that pre-orders open on September I guess that's a moot story because this will probably be posted after. Pre-orders opened earlier. I hope you got yours. Podcast, talkmarks.com is the email address you can write into the show. I don't have any emails for this week.
Here's a question from Oliver.
Oliver writes in.
What have they talked about with cross-platform stuff with these new...
They're not doing enough of it.
Yeah.
The Xbox doesn't care. Everything will always... This is not totally true, but pretty much everything is cross-platform. PlayStation does care, and you can go fuck yourself. New games will be on the PS5, except for Spider-Man. Old games will be on the PS4. If you want backwards compatibility, we have a console for those people.
It's called the Xbox 360.
It's called the Xbox 360. Yes, podcast, talkmarks.com, or just join the Discord. You can drop those on there. We'll get out of here. It's been a long show, Andy. Yeah, long show. Thanks very much for to everybody.
We gotta get Andy to bed so he can fucking do nothing.
Yeah, I can tell he's...
I'm gonna go play video games. That's what I'm gonna do.
Robin is he's just getting...
I gotta figure out what the fuck I do next in
Fucking
Avengers.
Checking his gold-plated watch every 15 minutes of the show.
I'm just gonna pay. I'd pay $1,000 if I could just have the Xbox today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drop it on the drop your questions over on the Discord. Head on over to talkmarks.com.
$500 just to shorten this show for an hour.
Oh, okay. We can.
but Andy, you'll save $20 if
you want to do that.
You'll save $20 if you sit through the whole thing. No, absolutely not.
Go check out the Patreon, Matt's Anime Podcast Spectacular, Eads Anime Discussion Excellent Show, whatever it's going to be called. Should be up by the time, or coming up shortly after, maybe the day after this goes up. We're watching Attack on Titan. Go find that on the Patreon.
I feel like a period would be better than a colon.
Eads Anime Discussion period.
Yeah.
Exclamation point?
Or exclamation point. Either one.
Yeah.
But I think the colon almost seems like subtitle.
Well, maybe I'm going to have like, man,
you're
this
gonna do a
episode
different
really sucked. This is Eads Anime Discussion, kind of average show.
No, that's still, you gotta find a different way to use the ES.
Oh.
Yeah. That's all right. You don't need to
I'll
think about
work
it
on.
now.
I'll work on that.
Excrement show.
Yeah. There you go. Excrement show.
What was that?
Easy shits.
No, I can't think. Didn't the Flight of the Conchords guys do something that was like... No, it was Tim and Eric. It was like Tim and Eric. Their title of their show was like Tim and Eric something great show or something.
Tim and Eric, great show, awesome job.
Is that what it was called? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of thinking of.
Yeah,
like,
very much
font-wise.
trying. Yeah, definitely big Tim and Eric energy with the naming.
Yes.
Go check that out. It's going to be sexy. And to everyone who already supports, thank you very much. Tune into this Tron. You can find out where some of that money's going. Who the mysterious Jack is.
It's going to Phil.
It's going to Phil. Yeah. Fuck, I should name him Phil.
Oh, you should name him
I should name him Phil. And we would know it's Phil Spencer. It'd only be Phil. We would all know it's Phil Spencer, but it would only be
Us
Phil.
and the people out listening.
That's right.
Would be in on the
Oh, that's exciting. Thank you much for listening. We're going to get out of here. Andy Captain, thanks so much for being here.
Not a problem, sir.
Brandon Lynch, thank you, sir.
like Hideo.
Oh, regular.
You're welcome.
And you at home, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you here. We also do a D&D podcast called Rolling Reckless. Look for that. We'll see you here when we see you here on the next episode of Talking Reckless Podcast. We'll see you then. Gonna turn the stream off. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I hope you have yourself a great night. See you tomorrow.